mengine, don't you worry. Watoto tumeza tuna wote yale, tulipanga mimi na wewe milele, lakini nini unanichanganya. Maisha wote wawili tulipanga, shida ni nyingi hatujakosana. Haingekuwa hivyo, unapenda upendi, mpenzi tuachane na hivyo. Unaniumiza sana, ninateseka ndani moyoni, mimi nauma. I got to go, kangende, I let you go, sitaweza. Nimesubiria sana, utaki change na wana umeshindwa kubadilisha. I got to go, kangupowe, I let you go, mkwano. Unaniumiza sana, ninateseka ndani moyoni, mimi nauma. I got to go, kangende, I let you go, sitaweza. Nimesubiria sana, utaki change na wana umeshindwa kubadilisha. I got to go, kangupowe, I let you go, mkwano. Kinibati, unayempenda sana, popata lipo, haitweza feli. Atakula za mtu, anakula zake zipo. Nipe changu na mimi nikupe chako, kama unipendi hilo ni pako. We got a lot of issues to settle, pamoja twende mseto. Love me baby, I will love you back. Scratch my back, I will scratch your back. Not this way, unapenda upendi. Unaniumiza sana, ninateseka ndani moyoni, mimi nauma. I got to go, kangende, I let you go, sitaweza. Nimesubiria sana, utaki change na wana umeshindwa kubadilisha. I got to go, kangupowe, I let you go, mkwano. Unaniumiza sana, ninateseka ndani moyoni, mimi nauma. I got to go, kangende, I let you go, sitaweza. Nimesubiria sana, utaki change na wana umeshindwa kubadilisha. I got to go, kangupowe, I let you go, mkwano nunya. Tuliamua tuwe together, mimi na wewe tuwe forever. Ni yetu, mimi na wewe na watoto wetu. Tupambane shida zote za nyumbani tusimalize now. Girl, every woman for a man. Love me, I love you, but I not what I want. Girl, it's another tune than me sing over a tune than this one, girl. Girl, never worry about it. Every time you come up, I'm gonna sweet it. This man, Bunny man, I'm music, I'm unaniumiza sana, ninateseka ndani moyoni, mimi nauma. I got to go, kangende, I let you go, sitaweza. Nimesubiria sana, utaki change na wana umeshindwa kubadilisha. I got to go, kangupowe, I let you go, mkwano. Unaniumiza sana, ninateseka ndani moyoni, mimi nauma. I got to go.
Welcome on the official news outlet of the Liberia Public Radio.com, LPR. Welcome on the official news outlet of the Liberia Public Radio.com, LPR. Welcome on the official news outlet of the Liberia Public Radio.com, LPR.
Samson Toll, folks. Samson Toll, we're just testing the mic here this evening. We want to welcome all of you again. Say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's enjoy ourselves this afternoon. Samson Toll, LIBERIA Public Radio. Again, we're going to be rocking it here this evening. We have some issue here with the mic, but for some reason we're okay now. We say thank God. I want to thank all of you again for joining us this evening. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful show here this Monday afternoon. To those of you that are up in the East Coast, we say good evening to all of you. Welcome on LIBERIA Public Radio. I am now here with my boss himself, Dr. Weir. Dr. Weir. Folks, we're going to be having a good show here tonight. So there are some good stuff that is happening in Liberia, and it's our job to publicize those that are good. And so I will once again welcome all of you to say thank you very much for joining us here this evening on LIBERIA Public Radio, where we will be discussing some important issues happening back home. Interesting things been happening from time to time, and we thought that we'd try to bring those to you as well and see how far we can go with this. But it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing to have you here with us again. I think this is going to be one of those shows that you're going to enjoy yourself on here tonight. Samson Toll, LIBERIA Public Radio. Let's get it going. Thank you, folks. Thank you, folks. Samson Toll, LIBERIA Public Radio. Anyway, let's go on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Here is Dr. Weah, of course, the President of the Republic of Liberia, who is now in charge of our republic. And we say, thank God. And we continue to pray for one another. We hope that Dr. Weah will get the blessing from God to make sure that Liberia succeed under his leadership. We will continue to pray for that. All right. So let me go on. Here is me, as usual. This is Dr. Weah during the election. And during the election, Dr. Weah was walking in the footsteps of his brothers and sisters. And here is the video of that. Let's watch.
Just make sure you do that same thing for you can hold. You must hold it stay. No, I don't need shoulder rod, you must stay. What kind of junior not there before? No, I beg you.
There you have it. That was Dr. Weah. Again, Dr. Weah, who is the President of the Republic of Liberia. And I'm going to go ahead and touch on this one just a little bit here tonight. I'm not going to do much. I'm not going to do much on this here. I think Dr. Weah and Honorable Kaluba knows exactly what they need to do to improve the situation that is happening in Liberia. As far as Kaluba issue is concerned, I watched some video today where I think his passport was delivered back to him, and I'm not too sure on what circumstances were they delivered, but I'm not going to do it on that tonight. All that I ask is that this government, Republic of Liberia, should see reason, especially what I'm about to be talking about here tonight, should see reason that Kaluba and his family are be left alone. There's no question that he's a Liberian, and his family is, and you can't, even if he has committed a crime cannot be transferred from one person to another. If you're going to be dealing with Kaluba, because perhaps if your government think that he has committed a crime, please charge him as such and let the law take its course. You cannot hold somebody trying to transfer whatever thing that his parent or whoever has done, and you say the children are now, or the family will bear the consequences. You guys have no reason, none whatsoever, to believe that he's sending his kids and his family out of the country because he's protesting. Folks, that's bogus. I mean, there's no other way. But the intellectuals among us do not even want to talk about these things. The French on the far side of whatever issue is being discussed, those that do not have the ability to clearly understand the inner working of a republic would tend to think like that. So I'm not going to do it on here tonight. I ask, and I will continue to ask that. In fact, if this lady is going to be traveling, Dr. Weah and the government of Liberia should transport this lady, because I believe strongly, because I've not seen any kinds of indication to say that the Kaluba's family were traveling fraudulently. I have not seen that. and maybe it's out there, but I have not seen it. Until I see such thing, I will ask the government to do a full responsibility of this mess. I think they brought it on themselves, and people are now all over this thing here. And these are kinds of stuff that waste the time of the government when it's supposed to be focusing on issues that affect all of us, like the by-election that I'm going to be talking about here very shortly, like the investor that is coming into the country, because this guy, when he comes in, and Dr. Weah is successful in obtaining this guy's services to invest in Liberia, other investors going to see that they can't see him coming in with Kaluba and the rest of the people continue to talk about these things, which they have the right to talk about. This man, and I'm going to go deep into his Mr. Forster. I'm going to go deep into his personality here tonight, and I'm going to go deeper than that. But if you've been reading on him, he's not somebody that will sit by and let people right be violated. He's not that. So if you're going to invite this guy to be an investor in Liberia, you must be able to understand who he is, so you don't have to because once people like somebody like this, who is quite legitimate and have done a wonderful job all over the world, and have done a wonderful job in Western Australia, where he's coming from. Talk about it, Aborigine. I mean, he stands for people right. And if you're going to have these kinds of stuff, what Kaluba, the same day that he's coming in, people are talking about Kaluba's wife being denied privilege to travel. Violation, as far as I'm concerned, until I can see otherwise, violation of this lady constitutional right. These kinds of stuff do not bode well for the development agenda that Dr. Weah and the CDC supposed to be standing for. That I truly believe that Dr. Weah, what they're saying, if these things are true, that Dr. Weah and his people have shot himself in the foot once again. And this is not going to go down well with many Liberians. Well, it doesn't matter what side you're on, as long you're for decency. As a Liberian, you're for decency. It doesn't matter what Kaluba said and what Kaluba has done. If Kaluba has, he's a lawmaker, for Christ's sake. If he has violated the law, and for some reason he's speaking in the capacity as a lawmaker, the government, the Constitution says you cannot arrest somebody who is a lawmaker or even serving any kind of capacity that have something to do with the law. The Constitution specifically state that. However, the lawmakers themselves, they can bring him to book if he has violated their rules. Folks, this is not something we can just sit by and let it slide like that. So please, Dr. Weah, you and your people, please do the honorable thing and make sure this lady and her kids get to travel out of Liberia freely. And please, if you want to have scrabble with you and Kaluba and the rest of the people, all of you guys are crowd boys anyway. There's no big deal about that. All we say is make sure that nobody get hurt. So that would be my statement on that. I will be talking about it from time to time if we see new thing. Let me go on to my next subject matter here tonight. Folks, take note, please. Let me now go on to this one here. This is a doozy. This is a doozy, to be honest with you. This is a doozy because to have someone who is seeking higher office in the land, someone who is seeking to be a representative in the land, that person should be above board, no matter what. And some of the things that we have heard about Brother Abu, it does not sit well, folks. So let's go straight to Abu. This is a picture of Abu Kamar, I think his name. Want to represent District 15, replacing my own brother Lawrence. I mean, that's fine. If he's elected, so be it. But here is the issue here that I'm going to be talking about here tonight. And I will play the video here very shortly. CDC, bring it on if you want to cuss, because I'm getting ready to go down. I'm getting ready to shake it up here. You know I promote the pro-poor agenda, but I'm not a sedition because I love the pro-poor agenda. But these kinds of stuff are really weakening some of us, our position in this media institution. You cannot have this kinds of situation happen and continue to promote pro-poor agenda. Then you becomes like either you becomes a mouthpiece of CDC or your trustworthiness goes downhill. And I don't intend to do any one of them. I'm an independent thinker, and I believe what I say to be the truth. And so if I see something that is not quite correct, I will say so. I will say so. I'm not going to pull punches or what have you. Abu Kamara has been accused. Okay, let me put this stuff out there. Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission confirmed that Abu Kamara caught in corruption but promised restitution. That's if this man, if the Anti-Corruption Bureau have come out with this kinds of statement, CDC and those who prefers to be people of clean record need to distance themselves as far as possible away from Abu Kamara, to be honest with you. These kinds of stuff, if you have this man to be sitting in representing CDC, then what is the CDC position on this? If you're going to have this man to be defended by sedition, then what is the character of CDC, folks? I'm not pulling punches. If you're going to have this man, if you're going to put this man to be your candidate, then you're also putting your own character as member of CDC, as sedition themselves, putting your character on the line. And you expect me, Samson, to sit here and not even talk about it and continue to promote the pro-poor agenda. Then by that means, whatever it is, folks, then you're mistaken, because Samson is not about to do that. Here's the man, okay? Here's the man who has been charged, okay? Who has been, well, not quite charged, but he's been, in fact, the Anti-Corruption Commission confirmed, if they confirm something, in order for you to confirm something, something must have been brought up in order for you to confirm that, yes, it happened or it didn't. One way or the other, but they have confirmed. That means somebody brought this thing up and it has become part of the discussion. And the Anti-Corruption Bureau has confirmed that, yes, this thing happened. However, they're saying, which the part of however I don't agree with. I think the Election Commission should look into this. If this person has been, even if he's not charged, we need better explanation than what my honorable Gray has given so far. These are the same people, the seditions are the same people that went after Associate Justice Genabal. I just don't pronounce his name correctly. By the way, you know who I'm talking about. They went after him, okay, and they said that he was corrupt. And he was somehow taken out of office. And here we are. We have some, and just Jemba Ganaba denied him whatever it was. He never admitted that. There was never any kinds except the Senate voted to impeach him. And here is a lawmaker that you're asking to go and represent Liberians. It has been confirmed by Anti-Corruption Commission that this man, yes, he was caught in corruption. It is out here. That's what I'm reading right now. And you expect me to say, yes, I'm not going to say anything. Then you don't know who Samson. In fact, I am called Bloku. You know what Bloku means? I'm from Toad Town, Republic of Liberia. I am a Liberian. Bloku. You know what Bloku means? Elephant skin. I have a thick skin. There's nothing you can do to penetrate this skin. Bring it on. I will be truthful. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to diminish anybody's reputation. Things that I've not seen, I've never seen, never heard. I'm not going to talk about it. But this, I have to talk about because we have it here on paper. And I also have video that I'm going to be playing here very shortly where one of the hierarchy of CDC also confirmed that. However, they try to justify it, and the justification is not washing with me. So let's go ahead. Let's go. So let me read a little bit of this. This story is coming from Front Page Africa, of course. I know by now people are, oh, Front Page Africa, they always don't like CDC. No, far from it. If I were a member of CDC and if I was member of the George Weah Circle, Front Page Africa will be one of my best friends. Because Front Page Africa is these people are not there for anybody. And you do wrong, they bring it up. You do right, they praise you. I call Front Page Africa and Randy Shea, I call them double-edged sword because I have issue with them myself. I have a lot of issue with them myself. However, they were not attacking me personally. I just took it personal. But they were bringing out what they believe to be facts. And that have to do with General Charles Lew when they wrote about that some time ago, which I was not happy with. I'm not going to go into detail about that. But I'm just telling you that these people are considered them double-edged sword. If you do right, they praise you. You do wrong, they talk about it. So here's the article that was written. Monrovia just days, and I'm reading the article now from Front Page Africa, folks. Monrovia just days before the by-election of District 15 in Mosrara County to fill the seat left vacant following the death of Representative Adolph Lawrence. One of the candidates in the race has been hit with a massive corruption sting. I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. Mr. Abu Kamara running on the ruling coalition for democratic change. Yeah, democratic change. You're gonna support somebody like that. I think that at this point they should distance themselves from Abu Kamara, because what we're hearing, they're not. Even this one act just doesn't sit well. Doesn't sit well for somebody who's going to be sitting. And why, for similar case like they go off in front of him, can he sit in judgment of anybody who have done what he has done here? And you expect us to be quiet? Far from it. Let me read on. Okay, Tike has been hooked by the Liberian Anti-Corruption Commission for receiving double salary benefit. And I'll play the video which Representative Gray tried to justify. I'll play the video. This was confirmed Friday by the commission, which established that Mr. Kamara received double salary while serving as Deputy Managing Director of Liberian Petroleum Reform Company. And from his previous jobs as Deputy Minister for Post and Telecommunication. The commission investigative report showed that Mr. Kamara consented to receiving $8,000 and Liberia $8,000 and Liberia $200,000 and promised to restitute the amount. But in May of this year, Kamara expressed guilt. This guy, no. CDC, if you guys, because you got the numbers, politics is number game. You got the numbers, and we're not denying that. And maybe you will force your numbers on it, but then what happened to your reputation? If you elect him because you got the number, somebody who has a melted guilt of corruption, and you're going to elect him, and you expect us to sit here and say, yes, CDC has a clean character. You're far from it, far from it. Anything. In fact, I will show you some more stuff here in a few minutes, but let's go on. Okay, so Mr. Kamara, according to this paper, has made a guilt to the allegation by the legal division. The legal division put out a restitution plan in a total amount of $8,164.70. Okay, Liberian amount also $271,141. I don't know what that is, including an interest of 14% accumulated over the 3 months, October, December. Okay, on June 25th, 2019, the first payment of $5,000 was paid by Mr. Kamara, and since then, no payment has been done. However, the video that I'm going to be playing, explaining from Mr. Gray, said that Mr. Kamara has paid $5,000 or something like that, $1,500. Okay, all right. If he fails to restitute the amount, Mr. Kamara will be charged with death. Folks, it's a serious business. So this is where I say CDC should show their true color: transparency, accountability, and responsibility. Distance yourself from Mr. Kamara. Mr. Kamara should wait until perhaps next time when he shall finish all of its obligation to the government of Republic. Folks, the man is going to be owing the Republic of Liberia, not necessarily borrowing money. He's going to be owing thanks to being a thief. According to this, I'm not making it up. So I think Mr. Kamara, it seemed to me, I don't know who he is, but I've watched some of the video. Very articulate, very smart. He should do the honorable thing and say, CDC, I'm with you. CDC, you are me, I am you. But at this time, I will withdraw myself because I think our character as sedition is at stake. Don't force yourself on this thing right now. You see, this is some of the things that I keep saying about CDC. We have similar problem. I have similar problem with the Minister of Finance not stepping down. I have similar problem with Mayor Kochi not stepping down. Not that they are incapable of performing. Yes, they are. But not that they are not educated. Far from it. I'm not questioning their character. I'm just saying their ability to perform. They come short. In my eyes. Then you say, but who are you, Mr. Toyo? Nobody. Fine, I'm nobody. But the point that I'm making here is that if you have these two people already on the books, and you're going to go ahead and elect this man who is still owing the Republic of Liberia here in the United States, here in the diaspora, most organizations, Liberian organizations, will not allow anybody to seek any kinds of office as long as they're owing the institution for which they're seeking office. It's in the constitution of every Liberian organization from ULA up to South Central organization. So I'm not speaking out of ignorance, folks. And you're going to tell me our motherland, the land that we all strive to see it gets better, going to elect somebody who is owing the Republic of Liberia. Where is the decency? Sedition should stand out. This is one of those things that are different. I'm not saying that this is going to be easy for CDC. Far from it. But CDC, people who are come out and say we are the massive, we are the people, we are here. Transparency is our hallmark. Independence is with us. You're speaking about intellectual. We are seditionists. And you're gonna go and elect somebody after singing all that song. We are the massive, we can be defeated, everything. After singing all that, then you're going to go and elect somebody because you have the numbers. What you have done, if this man is elected, you have decided that it doesn't matter. Transparency does not matter to CDC. Accountability does not matter to CDC. That sedition will force their way whenever possible. In this type of day, in this day of intellectual forums all over the place, you're going to force your way because you have the numbers. And I understand that. Politics is a number game. We're not stupid. But we will not let you hear the end of it. Go ahead, vote me if you can. Vote me if you can. But here's another thing that's coming your way. You see, these are things that continue to affect all of us. Because we think we got the power. And so we will force our way. You've seen young people, they get in group, they force their way through something. Sometimes it works well. But most of the time, it backfires. Yes, CDC, the economy is not going well for Liberian people, but Dr. We are continuing to enjoy popularity because people love him in this country. There's no question. The economy is going downhill. People are hungry. But you put a finger on Dr. Weir and you'll see what kind of response you're going to get because people love him. You cannot equate that without a violation of human decency. Because then CDC, you sit there and sing all your songs you want to sing. You're not building institution. And some of us in this intellectual forum will continue to challenge you. Because I know sedition, I know they're very intelligent, very smart. If I start naming some of them right now, the amount of education they have, I know some of them, plenty of them I know. They're very highly educated. But I will continue to, if they can't come out and tell us that this is not right, and those sedition that are in the diaspora, you can't come out and tell us that this man must not be defended, that this man must not be elected, then we will continue to challenge your intellectual ability to stand out and be truthful. Then I hope CDC and all of your intellectual abilities, sedition and all of your intellectual ability, is not something just book smart, but somewhere here empty. No credibility whatsoever. None. If a man who has a mate, and I will play the video here, folks. I'm going to play the video. It's a very short video because I cut some of it because I didn't want most of the talking. If you listen to the entire video of almost great talking, at the end, he started tying his own candidate. Started tying around how guilty he is. So I decided, no, I'm not going to play that part. I will just explain. Because for Honorable Gray to stand in public and say somebody did this and that's why this person is doing that, and your CDC to the higher degree, and you're going to equip corruption with corruption and say that's fine with you, then where is your decency, sir? It's not easy. It's not easy. Now, these are the kinds of stuff that Samson Toll is good at. I have the ability to switch. And I will prove that here tonight, folks. I will prove that here tonight. However, this is why I truly like myself, to be honest with you. Because I'm not somebody who you can put in a box. Far from it. In our crown dollar, they say, Kaifo, you can't stand all over me in the water and say you balance yourself. I will flip you over if you're wrong. You can't stand, I'm laying there in the water. You're standing over me for me to cross you or swim with you. Then you finish falling in your stomach with all kind of nyama thing. Then you want me to, I will flip you in the middle of the water. But if you come on top of me, carrying you on my boat, and I'm carrying you as a boat, carrying you, and you're not talking nonsense, you're being transparent, you're being illegitimate, I will continue to, I don't care what I'm drinking water say, I will carry you, because I think even if I don't survive and you survive, you will carry on the responsibility of people, making sure people crossing that water. But here's a man, and he even come to the water side here, stomach full with corruption already, and you want me to sit here and say yes? No, far from it. Far from it. Now, notice one thing. Notice one thing. I've been here now going to almost 15, 20 minutes talking about this one subject matter. Not one has you heard me pushing the line of the opposition, because that's not my job. I want to make that thing, I want to make it clear. Me talking about Abu Kamara has nothing to do with the other side. It's up to you how you connect it. That's not my position to make you to connect it or to ask you to connect it. I'm stating the facts that as I know it. Because if we're going to be preaching, we CDC, we are the masses, we can't get tired. You can't get tired? And then you're going to bring me Abu Kamara? And you say you can't get tired? Tonight, CDC, with Samson Toll tonight, I've always been, I love to promote CDC agenda, the pro-poor agenda. I think it's one of the best. But tonight, I'm afraid to tell you it is not your night. This night, since yesterday, since day before yesterday with Mr. Koluba, you haven't had a good night. But there's few shiny star that is happening within all of the mess you guys continue to pour upon yourself. It's shining star, and that shining star, I'm going to make it more shiny here tonight as well. So folks, let me now play something Gray says. Gray, Gray, who is the representative, this is a man who brought about Kabila Jannah, I think Kabila Jannah, okay, brought about his impeachment because he believed this man is corrupt. And the Senate believed that as well. And this is why we call it Republic of Liberia. The republic, inside the Republic of Liberia, is to stand up for the truth. You didn't see members, family member of Justice Jannah getting in the street with guns, knives, or whatever. They accepted it. Some of us who find that that process was flawed accepted it because it's the will of the people. The people elected the senates, and the people speak through the senators. Who am I here in Sacramento, or even if I was in Liberia, to disagree with the people? The people have spoken. They elected Dr. Weah. Who am I to say Dr. Weah is not my president? He is my president until he's been defeated. He's my president. Or go up and count down. Dr. Weah is the president of the Republic of Liberia. You can't change that. However, if those who are responsible to make sure Dr. Weah policy get carried out effectively are not doing their job, Samson Toe will be here bringing it up. And this I'm going to be doing tonight. Now let's listen to Honorable Gray as he tried to explain to us tonight why he think. And this explanation, before I even bring it up, it's so flawed. It's unbelievable. For someone who will carry himself as being the torchbearer of freedom, someone who was carrying himself as being the torchbearer of transparency, as being the torchbearer against corruption, to come and now defend this young man, it's very low. Very low. And Honorable Gray himself, and all sedition has to be very careful how they try to have this man elected. There are certain times there's a saying, you say you win some, you lose some. And I think this is one of those. This is a losing game. You can win it and still be a loser. You have people that are now billionaires are now thinking about coming to Liberia, and this guy get elected. And Henry Costa going to be singing the song. And this man, the investors, they're going to be listening. Yeah, at first they're going to tune down because there's certain things they want out of Liberia. That's fine. But here is the thing that you need to know. And I'm going to go into Forrester here tonight. He has a wife. And this woman cares for, in fact, if you have done the research on this guy, his company, the person who's leading that company right now, is a woman. This guy would not allow anybody to come and violate someone else's constitutional right. Not that type of family. His father, his great-grandfather used to be in the parliament. All of his father, his grandfather, his great-grandfather used to be part of the parliament. So he has been involved into politics for a very long time. He's not a slash that coming to Liberia. You can't put a wolf over him. That's why I was watching the video of Sonny doing Sonny. I was laughing to myself because I've done research on this man. But anyway, before I go to that, let me now play this video, this wonderful video. It's about what, 7-8 minutes or so. Bear with me. I want you to just open your mind. Don't say because I condemn it, or don't say because I state so. Don't pay too much attention to the language, the English words that are being used. Some of them are not even correct in place anyway, but I'm not going to question that. But let's listen to the Liberian English that are coming out as the explanation continue to flow out of our representative. The man who says he's a torchbearer for transparency. The man who claims he's a torchbearer for decency, for which he brought the case against a sitting justice. And I applaud him for that. Not only do I applaud him for that, even though I'm not in support of that, but the fact that Liberians, we're gone too far, folks. We can't be turned around. The fact that Liberians were able to allow him and his group first of all, they defied the judiciary when they were called. Supreme Court called and they refused because it says it's separate. It's a separate branch of government. They have the right. I applaud them for that because they were able to teach the Supreme Court. You know how to interpret the law. You better make sure this law that you're getting ready to violate, you interpret it correctly. And Supreme Court, having realized that, yeah, I think people have, you hear no more noise again. And Gray was at the front of it. But yeah, he is now defending somebody who's been double dipping Samson to words. Let's listen. Let's watch this, folks. It's an interesting video. It's a very interesting video. Okay, I'll soon get to it. Where are you? No, that's not it. What's Gray? Just bear with me, folks. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. I know I got it somewhere around here. Let's watch this, folks. Let's watch this as I try to position myself as well. Let's watch this. It's a very interesting video, to be honest, even though I try to make fun and things like that. But it's an interesting video. There's no joke about these kinds of stuff. Because here, these are kinds of stuff, if we're not careful, they will throw us back. But as I stated here before, Liberia will come a long way. Liberia will come a long way. We can't be turned back because of some other thing here. Let's watch this. Gray now going to be telling us why this man need to be elected. Samson told LeBron Public. Let's listen.
Upon the instruction of our indefatigable chairman, he asks that we try to provide the necessary explanation on an accusation leveled against our candidate of District Number 15, Montserrat County. I want you to take the message and let the world take the message that the candidate of District Number 15 on the ticket of the Montserrat legislative election, our candidate, our distinguished candidate, Abu B. Kamara, at no point in time, let me repeat, have been charged by the LIBERIA Anti-Corruption Commission or has he been charged by the Ministry of Justice for corruption. The conversation ongoing is a conversation that has no ground for debate or argument, has been paraded on social network and has been paraded on the genocidal radio station called Group FM. Now, we have to provide the clarity. I am serving in government, I am serving government. In 2017, under the administration of the failed administration of the Unity Party-led administration, that administration had a system, and that's one of the best when we say we're cleaning, we have to clean the mess as we are doing. It had a system that when you are transitioning from one post to another, or even if you are being relegated, or even if you left government, they had a system that they did not correct. And what do they do in terms of payment? Because their government designed a policy. And that policy was that when you are in government, especially an official or employee, at certain ministries and agencies, you have to open a bank account. Or if you don't open a bank account, you have an existing bank account, you submit that bank account numbers to the controller office. And that's where the government will pay you from. The government does not provide you a check. Many a time under the administration, even if you are transitioned, because the check comes in bulk, that means for the entire ministry, I'll get an example at the legislative branch of government in the House of Representatives. All of our employees, they don't pay them by check. They pay come in bulk. The controller works in that direction and send it to the rural banking institutions. So once there's a request, it means that once your name is not taken for that payroll, the money will definitely hit your account. Whether you are dismissed, whether you ascend to another position, or whether you descend to another position. That was a mechanism they had in place that we inherited. And that's one of the mess we want to claim. So in 2017, when Abu transitioned, the first thing here is this, that Abu got the job. He didn't have to open another bank account because he had his own business bank account. So he presented his account number to the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications. So when he transitioned to LPRC, it's not a fault, it's not a responsibility. It's the responsibility of the entity to make the payment. So when they made payments, the money went into his account. Instead of money that Abu went and stole government money and say, they have money here today, I'm working here, so I can sign for money, let me take the money. We gotta understand that. However, since it is his business account being managed by his business entity, he didn't get a bank statement. You know, a bank statement is to know actually money leaving your account, money entering into your account, so that you can know that not many persons go for bank statement, except maybe you have some urgency, emergency, or you want to consistently observe your bank account. So not many persons will know that money that hit your account. That was the situation. So for 2017, they didn't flag the issues. After almost 2 years, they said, oh, the LCC called him and said, oh, when you are transitioned at LPRC, you were being paid for 3 months. He said, no, I have to check it out. And if I check it over his factor, I will let you know. So immediately, few days ago, Abu went for a bank statement of 2017. And the bank statement of 2017 reflected that yes, payments were being made. So Abu went back to the LCC transparently and credibly and said to them, yes, the money hit my account is verified. But when you call me, I didn't know, so yes, my bank statement shows that the money hit my account. The LCC said, as a result of that, then you have to restitute the money. He said yes. They decided to have a payment plan. And what is the payment plan? The payment plan is to say, okay, every month you pay $100, or every day you pay $200. That's the payment plan. So even before the payment plan was drawn to be sent to Abu, Abu had deposited $1,500 under the doctrine of credibility. But there's the trick, and there's the catch-22.
Folks, that's Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. There you have it. The honorable man is telling us, and I was jogging down a few things here. You know, sometimes it is good to defend, but certain times it is good to be truthful. It is good, and I'm not accusing the honorable lawmaker of not being truthful here. That's not the point. But what I'm suggesting and what I'm saying here is that I think the lawmaker would have done Abu a great deal of service if he were to just say, folks, I think Abu is a decent person, but what has transpired is not something that CDC will be willing to carry on. Because we have told Liberians from the beginning that we're here for change, and this is not change. Now let's just look at a few things the honorable representative stated, and that's his right. He has to defend somebody who is in his party. He knows most of these people. Okay, so let's just give him that, to say this is a person, if you're in the trenches, that you will want with you in the trenches, even if it's me lying and whatever. And that's not the characteristic that I want to identify the gentleman, the honorable man here this evening. That's not my point. But let's look at a few other things he lay out here. He said Abu Kamara was working in one position, and when he transferred to another position, before that, when you're working for the government, according to him, that you have to present your bank account. So they don't pay you or give you a check. They do direct deposit, which is nice because most company nowadays will do direct deposit. However, when Abu presented a bank account, he didn't want to open new account. He gave them the business account. That alone would disqualify this man to be a representative. Okay, he gave a business account. And the honorable representative want us to believe that this guy that you're looking at, the clean-cut guy that you're looking at, this guy, just looking at his picture, you can tell that he's a decent person. Are you telling us here this evening that this man does not have the ability to view his account? That he presented his business account. And the people were putting money in there, but he didn't know that. What kind of business is he running? That he doesn't know what money goes in and money comes out? Is that what you want us to believe? You cannot do this to us. As Liberians, the sophistication level among Liberians nowadays is too high. The young people look at you saying that kind of thing with respect, they laugh at you. Because you're not making any kind of credible argument. If you were the defense lawyer, this man will be hanging out going to jail tonight. Because for you to come out here and tell her that this man presented his own business account and the money was going in there, but he never checked his business account. So then the question to you is, how was he surviving? How was he getting money in there? And these are when you make these kinds of statements, you make more, you open up more can of worms than you think you're trying to squash. And it's not happening. It's not happening. Because what you've just told us, that this man, yes, he transferred from one position to another, but not only did he give an account, this was his own business account. Was the business closed for which he didn't have interest in the account anymore? Or was it some sort of a business account that perhaps he just named a business account, but really it wasn't a business account for which he has no interest? And this is the man you want Liberians to elect, to go to the House of Representatives where they will make law. This is a man who doesn't even pay attention to his own account, let alone pay attention to Liberians' account. There are people, and here's a thing, and I cut that part off because it was just too much. His statement, his defense became prosecution against Mr. Kamara. When he started going to Musa ability doing the same thing, then the man did the same thing. Now you're gonna, why you can't accuse? When he started going, I thought it was not a good night for them. Okay, but this is what sedition, especially those that are in the hierarchy of CDC, continue to insist that they are smarter than anybody else. And so when they come out to make statement, they don't care whether the statement is being fact-checked or what have you. They're just making it. And in fact, because they don't want mini sedition to do fact-check, they come and put words that don't belong together. And boom, then they go, yeah, the man I speak big one again. Political gladiator. Ooh, what? I'm got a dictionary to look it up. Oh, wow, yeah. Man, oh, man, yeah. Hey, we're going to defeat him, blah, 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 yeah, yeah. Oh, the people that are against NCDV, yeah. We are the massive. You can't be defeated. That's fine. But look what's happening. You have to understand, CDC, that you are not the only Peking in town. They have other Liberians that are just as sophisticated as you are. And when they listen to the honorable man making a kind of defense statement, they find it hard to believe that this is a group of people that are leading our country. So, folks, I thought that I played that for you this evening. You be the judge. You be the judge. But I my own opinion. Honorable Kamara should do the honorable thing and withdraw from this. Because first thing, you cannot owe Liberian government and say you want to represent people in the government that you're owing. First thing, you pay the government off first. And this is not the first time that Abu Kamara have had issue with the election. The last time he went against Ella Lauren, he couldn't make it because they said he was working in the government. And according to the code of conduct, you have to resign at a certain point before you put it. He didn't do that. So I believe the election commission rejected his candidacy. And here he is again. Either Mr. Kamara, because of his fierce support from CDC, does not care for the rule of law in Liberia. This is the same thing here that most of us that call ourselves a liberal progressive continue to blame Hillary Clinton, knowing full well that you have gone through this process before with Barack Obama. You wanted to be president, and knowing full well that if Barack Obama leaves, you are going to come in to want to represent the Democratic Party. Why would you set up an email system that you know very well that is going to be violating the rules? It's the same situation here with Abu Kamara. You know very well. You don't get me. I'm not checking bank. You started checking the bank and you knew exactly you were being paid. The honorable thing to do then, before you even decide to put your name out there. Look, folks, I'm sorry. I'm no longer working for this other group. Issue in case you don't know. Here is the money. I don't want no trouble in the future. Knowing fully well that you, Abu Kamara, has an ambition. You want to be part of the players in Liberia. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. You're a Liberian citizen. You have the right to do that. But do it with honorable view so people will look at you with credibility and say, yeah, this guy, when we elect him, he's credible. But look what's happening. You're just as young as most of these people that are in the government. And look at the kind of thing that are hanging around you. It's not like you were hungry. Or it's not like you didn't have money. You're working for one position. You are working as another position. I'm sure you're making more money than what the people are paying you at the other position. Why even allow yourself to be in a kind of situation? This lack of judgment, this lack of credibility, Mr. Kamara, and therefore, my call this afternoon, folks, I'm going to hand the gavel down now, and then I will move on to my next story. On a very serious note, Mr. Kamara, I'm not questioning as to whether you are a good citizen. Far from it. I bet you have helped many, many, many Liberians in your day and even up to now. But this was if it's a mistake, eat it and move on. Wait for the next time. Because if you were elected, because you guys have the number, if you were elected because you have the number, this thing we're not gonna leave. This thing gonna be some sort of a rock around Dr. Weah's neck come election time. They will use it. Why put yourself in this position? Come back when you have a clean record, and you're still young. What's your rush? Yeah, nobody knows when they're gonna die. That's fine. God knows. But what is your rush? You're young. You think tomorrow, if people like Heron Costa ready to challenge you, you stand a chance? Far from it. Heron Costa going to eat you alive. There's nothing you can do about that. So please, do us a favor and just withdraw and come back. Folks, this is Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I'm on again tonight. I'm going to now jump into the CDC-led government that is trying their best to help Liberians, folks. And let's go back to my president. My president. I say well, you can say that I'm my president, but I don't say that you're president. I say my president, Dr. Weah. Dr. Weah, my president, Dr. Weah. Folks, on a very serious note, I think it was yesterday or the day before, something like that, there was a Facebook posting about investor coming to Liberia to invest. And I was just once again perusing all over because I'm a political junkie, and I do this thing to see what's coming up. So what I'm going to be, if I'm going to be talking about subject matter, is there subject matter being discussed? And if so, what other people are saying about things, and what will be my own position? Yeah, I have to prepare myself. I can't just come out here and rah, rah, rah. No, I have to prepare myself so my train of thought and what is coming out of my mouth makes sense. I'm not too sure if it makes sense to you, but it makes sense to me. And that's what counts. Samson. Oh, yes, let me do that. Ah, yes. Thank you, folks. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Okay, let me go now. So the group of investors, one is from the Dubai, and the other one from Australia. They decided to come to LIBERIA and do some sort of a business investment or whatever. Okay. But the situation here, Dr. Weah and his people, and again, going back to Abu Kamara, they just feel like I'm a president, and Liberian people know I'm good. I don't care about what the other people are saying on Facebook or whatever. People know I'm good. I'm not a thief. So I don't care what the people say. But the point here is that why it might be truth. You're always going to give people reason to believe you more. When they started this thing here, now that I'm putting one or two things together, I have the strong feeling the reason why Dr. Weah over the weekend was in Guinea, it was because of this. Because immediately after Guinea, the plane landed in Monrovia. Okay? And they talk about investors. Andrew Forrester and King or Prince, whatever, he's from the, but he's a very serious person. Once again, these two gentlemen, here's the interesting thing as I was doing the research. They all have one thing in common. They love sport. They love sport. And guess who Dr. Weah is? And these two gentlemen, they are now quite removed, far removed from Dr. Weah's age either. Especially the guy from Dubai, most likely used to follow because he's a sport junkie. They raise horses and he won so many trophies. So you can't win no kind of trophy because your father is a king. No, you got to compete. So the competitive nature is in there. And this other guy from Australia has a rugby team. So these two gentlemen, they are involved into sport and they know exactly the discipline that come out of sport. Is there any connection yet? I know people are dropping like fly now. Sounds into getting ready to praise Dr. Weah. I'm leaving out of here. Okay, that's okay. That's okay for you. I'm not praising. I'm just being truthful. So, but the point here again is this: Dr. Weah and his people seem to be like this, and I'm not too sure why. But I will speculate here this afternoon, folks. There are two forces that is within Dr. Weah's circle. One is to say, do everything possible Dr. Weah stays with us. And the other group is saying, yes, but let's push him out front a little bit so that people will know he's not just here, but he has contribution and he can work. And so Dr. Weah take one step and the other group try to pull him back. And that's why you have these things shooting himself in the foot, the statement that I made earlier. Dr. Weah, and this is, folks, I try to make joke of this thing, but think about it. Think about it, seriously. Dr. Weah was in Guinea. And in Guinea, what was his statement, the main thing that he was pressing on? He said we must do everything possible in our interest that is within us to make sure the peace is maintained in this region. He come back to Maria, he said, call my wife and people, folks. You see where I'm going with this thing? Who were the people that allowed him to make that statement in Guinea? where the international community was watching and say, yes, this is the kind of statement we want from Dr. Weir. And he come to Liberia and say, oh, you want trouble? You want trouble? Folks, what is this? What is this? What happened? Do you see what I'm saying? So 1 minute, Dr. Weir is pushing himself to be this representative for all Liberians. Another minute, he say, oh, the man under my enemy of his state, man, I don't care for him. And people are watching. So what is the reason? What is the reason? Well, folks, my own speculation here this evening is this. Dr. Weir wants to do well. And if we work with him, he will do well. He will do well. And we pray for him to do well. But what Dr. Weir and his people must realize is that even the investors that are coming, might be coming, or will be coming to Liberia, they're bringing in money, people money. The investor, they got the money, but they're not using their own money to come invest in Liberia. They're using other people's money to come invest in Liberia. Let us get that clear. And so they have shareholders in their companies. And the shareholder want profit. You cannot have people like Kaluba and the rest of the COP continue to make these kinds of noise and you think you're going to fight them and expect people to come with open arms. It's not going to happen. Nobody, none of us, even the two say, I guess, you think you want to give your money to somebody that will lavish it and you will not get nothing in return? So if these people are gravitating towards Dr. Weir because of his sport business, whatever, he's just as popular as anybody else in the whole world as well. So if people are coming to Dr. Weir, and we have people at Kaluba, and legitimate reason, they are crying because certain things are not being done in the country. So these people are crying to say, if we want to do well, we must bring everybody on board. What's wrong with that concept? Why can't we accept that? Kaluba and the rest of the group are saying the city is filthy. Does it not make sense? Why is it that when the investor came to Liberia, what Dr. Weir come from? Gibraltar. He knows his way around Sodiwin well. Dr. Weir knows his way around Nukrutan well. Dr. Weir knows his way around West Point well. Those are slum areas. You want to help me? I will take you to my slum area so you will see the people that I'm leading. But where did Dr. Weir take them, folks? And these are the kinds of stuff that we'll continue to talk about. People who are coming to help you. And you present yourself as somebody who is already up there. You're asking the people for investment. Look at the compound we were looking at yesterday. Folks, I'm stepping ahead of myself, but I think it's important to bring that up. The investors, they're going to leave. Wow, look at the compound. Wow, my goodness, Liberia is doing well. And then, when they're really ready to start, the student union of LU, we ain't got no book, no school demonstrating. Because they know the billionaire is in town. They know they got work to do, they're working. You want to do these things, be free with the people. Let them come in and see what you have. If they want to help you, they will help you. If they don't want to help you, so God says so. Folks, before that, this is Dr. Weir. Let me now go on to the man that I'm going to be talking about here within the next 10, 15 minutes. Mr. Forrester himself. This gentleman, folks, he's an Australian. He's very, very good with people. He loves people. The kind of work that he's doing that we've been reading about, they're very interesting, very interesting. Okay, so we really, I'm very much enthused with his connection with Dr. Weir, to be honest with you, because I think if we all put our hand around each other and pray for the best. This man got money. But what does he do? Does mining, iron ore mining. Okay? So, but if you do research on him, he's Australian. Number one, they don't take mess. This guy went to court. At one time, the lower court want to fine him for foolishness. He said, I'm taking it. I'm going to the Supreme Court. They went to the whole higher courts in Australia and pleaded the case, and he won it. So you can't come and bring in LIBERIA and think that you're going to put wolf over your eyes. It's not going to happen. I told you that already. His wife, go and do research on these people. They got kids. This guy gave money away for people to do well. Okay? Now, the interesting thing yesterday is, and I was kind of confused, but until I went to the website, Executive Mansion website, that's where they started giving us some clear indication and clear explanation. I don't know. There was no press conference. They didn't announce exactly what we just saw, them signing paper and things like that, except for people saying, oh, they're here for the investor and what. But there was nothing concrete to talk about until at the end. And it was not much. But let me play you a video. When he landed at the Rabat International Airfield, there was a statement, there was a question that I asked. And folks, that particular question pricked my interest, to be honest with you. Because I'm from Grand Yuta County. And the question they asked him was, what are you here for? Are you here for the Putu Mountain? Let's listen to that comment, folks. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, let's listen in here as our man again, Eugene Facon, the chief himself, he's going to come and tell us. But listen to this. And Eugene Facon is continuing to do this. Eugene Facon continues to do that, but perhaps he doesn't realize that Dr. We have already established the rules for us journalists to ask questions. But he always wants to limit the amount of questions we ask. That's fine. The point is, a man is presented to us to ask him questions. If the man feels he's no longer going to answer questions, he said, I'm done. And he walks away. No explanation. But to start from the beginning, I only want 3 questions. You know, the press people are not going to allow you to push them around. You say you want 3, they're asking 5. And now you look like somebody who other the people don't obey anymore. Let them ask the question when you know the time finished. Thank you very much, guys. The time up and you out. Even if there are 3 questions you ask, if there are 3 questions you want, you time it. When the time finishes, you move your guests out of there. But instead, you want to impose. Eugene Facon, he did it the last time. He did it last time when the general, not auditing general, but the attorney general, somebody was giving speech. He said, he telling the people what kind of question to ask. And in fact, he came and interjected to say, why are you asking that question a long time ago? The journalist can ask any question. It left with the guest to answer if they want. Let me play this. Folks, Samson told LeBron Public Radio, let me go ahead and play this video for you. And listen to this guy. Listen to this guy. It's a very interesting one.
Kettle. What technically is 2-3.
So welcome to LIBERIA. What exactly is your mission?
My mission here is to help the economic prosperity and the social harmony of Liberia through demonstrating just what a valuable country you have, but what a magnificent people you are.
So you're interested in mining. Are you considering Putu Iron or the mountain in Grand Yuta?
No, I'm also one of Asia Pacific's most prolific philanthropists. So I'm here to see if I can help your children in their early childhood development. I'm very interested to see that this country does not suffer slavery from other nations. I'm particularly interested to make sure that your young people have economic opportunities. And I would be very excited to help you develop your economy.
How long are you going to be in Liberia?
I'll be in Liberia many, many times. I hope to visit on a regular basis 3 or 4 times a year if your government and I can reach harmony, and I feel very confident after meeting the Deputy Minister that we will reach harmony.
So how many American companies are we speaking of, like the investment in this country?
Fortescue is probably the world's best known effective miner for getting things done quickly, and I think if Fortescue comes into your country, then it will be seen as a welcome mat and as a path to follow for other great investors around the world.
Thank you. I will let our guest rest.
Okay, there you have it. It was a very brief one, but you heard what the man saying. The first question, what? Like I said, I'm from Grand County, Republic of Liberia. Town to be specific, folks. I'm not pulling punches on that one. But anyway, the question that pricked my interest. Are you here for Putu Mountain? Putu Mountain is in Grand County. It is man, billion-dollar man out of Grand County. We're going to do our best to cooperate with this man so that the county can be developed. There's no, folks, am I not right to talk about my county like that? Please, you want to fire me, fire me. I got a right to promote my county and to promote the Republic of Liberia. But on a very serious note, this guy has money. I want you to do research on this guy. They call him Andrew Forrester. Okay, this guy, they got money, and if you go on their website and you read some of their profile of each individual, they are not sludge. These people been all over. But the interesting thing is this: they also supply iron ore to China and India. Do we have an Indian company in Liberia digging iron ore? Interesting. And this is why we have to work together and make sure why the people mining the iron ore from Liberia, we are also mining the intellectual abilities from these people to help our people move forward. What's wrong with that? I'll play your video, folks. And the reason I'm doing this, again, is not so much to promote an individual. Because Dr. Weah will be president today, Dr. Weah will not be president tomorrow. Who knows? That's not the interest. The interest is for Dr. Weah. Since he has been elected by the people, we must respect the right of the people that have elected Dr. Weah. We must not tread on these people's rights. We can disagree with Dr. Weah. We can challenge Dr. Weah. We can tell Dr. Weah, you're not doing a good job. That's the job of opposition, to point out the weakness of the government. Or every weaknesses that comes out of the government, when a mistake that comes out of the government, it's the people's right to point it out. But you must do so with responsibilities. That's all we're asking. You can't criticize somebody by insult. This man, Dr. Weah, is not being respected by this $1 billion man. But I bet you, this man has a this Andrew Forrester has people that are working for him that have Facebook page. And they're going to hear tomorrow somebody cussing the president. This man who just shook his hand. They say, chief, look what happened. The player won't go. Look at the people cussing each other. Look at the people, they call themselves intellectual. They can't even discuss issues without insulting. Is that the place you want to go in there and do business over there? The man say, you know what? Okay. Because we want iron ore from Guinea to come to Buchanan, we'll just put our track now and let's transport our stuff. Forget about Liberia. Is that fair to your brothers and sisters? Because you think Dr. Weah should not be president, therefore you will do everything possible in your power to derail whatever he wants to do. That is unfair, my people. That is unfair. If Dr. Weah is supporting an idea that is not in the interest of the people, we should say so, but say so with responsibilities. You heard me talking about Abu Kamara. I didn't insult anybody. I just say Abu Kamara because of that act. His character is not fair for that position. His transparency is not there for that position. Therefore, he must do the honorable thing by taking his knee out. This is what we continue to ask all of you. All of you. Look at this young man from Dubai. The man, he look in the, I will show that, but look in the room. Look in the room. Even Dr. Weah himself, he's older than this man. This young man from Dubai was born 1983. My goodness sake. 1983, what Samson Toh was doing? 1983, I was running around here playing football team. I said I was the best football player in America, from state to state, forget school. I thought I was the best. But here he is. He's now trying to help my brothers and sisters. Do you think if Liberia said no, we're not going to allow you to transport your stuff through Nima, Grand Bazaar, and things like that. They can go through Ivory Coast, or even try. They got the money. They can lay new tracks. It might cost them money, but they can do it. Let me now show you this video of this company, their operation over there in Australia, and you'll be impressed, even if you're not an engineer. But look at the organization, look at the group, listen to some of the things that they're saying. Folks, it's an interesting subject matter, and here again, I have to be very careful though, because at one time here, I was on here when Dr. Weir and his people tried to bring that guy from Burkina Faso, and I was tooting the horn how much I admired them, blah, blah, nothing came out. Please, folks, whatever we do to ourselves, let's try to see if we can have investor. The investor coming into Liberia, they will take care of the process of making sure Liberians get the benefit. This man you're looking at in Australia, in his own home, is where he coming from. They have aboriginal problems, the people they met over there, and he said, I will do what I can to educate these people to be employed in my company, because I'm a white man and therefore the black man will not. No, he brought them on board and they're working with him. Let's watch the video. And this man, if we allow ourselves and not fight among ourselves, yes, the other concern that I have, this man come in, he want to do business in Grand Union County. Then we the crumble, you welcome business, they can't do business. I got my town got school. The man doing business in Putu. Then people in town say they want high school from Putu. No high school, no company. What is that? These things happen. I'm not just making fun of it, but these things happen. Our brothers and sisters must be trained to accept foreigner among our mix. Our brother and sister must be trained that these things don't happen overnight. You got to work for it. If this man take company in Grand Union County, first of all, allow him to produce. He want profit. He ain't there to come satisfy people. He wants to get profit. But in the process, you present yourself. Let there be understanding between you and him. My brother, you're coming here to work for us. You're coming here to work in our area. We appreciate. But look at the way the condition we live in. The man not stupid. He can't just take the mineral resources and say, okay, I'm getting out of Grand Union. That's good. I don't care what happened to you. The agreement he signed, the people signed yesterday, the MOU they signed. You know what in there? You know what in there? No, you don't. The track, even if they don't go to Grand Union, the track that they're going to run from Nima, from Guinea, coming all the way to Buchanan. You know what? How many counties and how many townships and how many districts they're going to go through? Yes, those districts must have some sort of a benefit, but you have to do it through your elected official. That is your problem, because your elected official cannot be trusted either. Folks, we're in trouble. But we can only solve this trouble by us having the clear understanding of where we want to go. The politician will continue to put us against one another, cussing one another while they're taking the money. Because if you're cussing each other, you're not even you're able to say something that will be decent. And people will only listen to you if you speak with intelligence. But I come out here and start cussing something to red again tonight. Maybe I'll lead that man. Hey, man, go back to total, man. That's all you say. That's all you say. And that's why I keep insisting that whether you're CDC, Liberty, whatever party you belong, at the end of the day, who are you? Really? Who are you? Liberty? Are you CDC? Really? Who are you? A Liberian. And everything that you do, where you stay in a ring, whatever you do, you want the best for Liberia. Am I making it up? Every one of us. I've been on here and I'm going to almost, 2 hours now or an hour and a half. You not see me drinking water. When was the last time I talked with my own family member? All I'm saying is Liberia. And I'm not alone. This is the sad part. I'm not alone. There are other Liberians that really, really get into this thing and cussing each other because they're emotionally invested. There was a lady yesterday, that went live. And I couldn't believe what I was hearing. But who am I to criticize? That's her feeling. She's speaking from herself. And she has the right to do that. But all that I say and all that I will continue to do here on this intellectual platform is that when we engage in each other, we should do it with respect. Because that's the only way we're going to be able to understand each other. Let me play this video. Then I'll come on and play the other video about the people signing. And those that are signing, especially from the investor side, they're young people. And that's why Andrew, man, when you are coming, he brings the old people that when you go on their webpage, you will see the old people. He brought all young people. The guy's smart. He must have reviewed Liberian government and saw that majority of the government are all young people. And why you come and bring old people in? You something to now among the Liberian government. Why you come and bring old people in for to talk to who? So he brought young people so that they will interact with each other. Let it stay like that. Let the people come and work so that our people can eat a little bit. Then when they finish, when we get what we want, we can start causing each other again. But right now, I beg you, my people, your temper, they causing business one side. That man, you know what he said? He said, when I come to invest in your country, the whole world respect me as an investor. True statement. If I can't invest in your country, people look at me and say, oh, Andrew over there, I got to go there too. That's how you generate more investor. But Andrew, one day he ran away. Oh, that player, you can't stand it, man. Forget it. They like cussing each other. They're not ready. And that's the kind of news you want us to have every time. And that's why I continue to beg all of you. Please, let's do good for our brothers and sisters. Samson told LeBron Pablo, let me play this video now. This is the video. I'm not promoting the company, folks, so please don't say that I'm playing their commercial or whatever, but I'm showing you who they are, and they're telling us who they are. Go and do your own research. Don't just take it from me.
The best part of any journey
is knowing how far you've travelled
where you are going,
and the people that join you along the way. Our journey is with Fortescue.
At Fortescue, we're helping build the world and ensuring it prospers for the future. We are committed to our customers' needs today and tomorrow. This is where you'll find us. The Pilbara in Western Australia, our home since 2003. And the prime location for iron ore across the globe. It all starts here. From world-leading assets and infrastructure owned and operated by us, shipping iron ore to global markets. Our continual focus is on being the safest, lowest cost, most profitable mining company. For us, safety comes first in everything we do. We value what matters. Empowering our people, looking out for our mates. The best ideas come from a diverse workforce. It's why we invest in training and employment, creating economic opportunities, empowering generational change for Aboriginal Australians. We are committed to partnering with traditional custodians, safeguarding the environment and cultural heritage now and for the future. We've set bold targets and achieved them. We never, ever give up. Embracing innovation and new ideas, creating value for our shareholders and key stakeholders. We are proud contributors to local and global economic development, supporting initiatives that address society's most complex issues. Exploring new opportunities for growth, we are building a stronger future both here in Australia and overseas.
Take the journey
with our family.
Fortescue, we're a global force.
Yeah, folks, that's the company, Fortescue. that are trying to do business in Liberia, folks. And like I said, it's not so much of a commercial for the company, but I'm just showing you the workers. You saw some of the workers over there, and that's not all to it. But if we give each other opportunity, we'll do well. Now, let me go ahead and go to the next video. And this video, folks, is about the video where the signing happened at the I'm not too sure what building this is. But one other thing I want, and I'm going to be playing that here, folks. One other interesting thing happened in the process. And I thought that perhaps this is something, I'm not too sure if it was intended, but I'll come around that. Let's watch now the signing process of this. The organization part of it, a lot of people say, "Oh, why the president standing up and things?" Folks, these are diplomatic thing. Who am I to say why the president standing up? Do you know whether the president was the one that's supposed to sign? We don't know these things. You don't know the in and out. Even if the president and his group have their own way of running the government. This is the executive. They have their own rules. But every time something happens that you don't think it should be happening, you're ready to condemn it. It's not helping us. It's not helping us. Because the people you condemning, they also got supporters. They're going to turn on you. Where do we go? When do we stop? When are we going to look at something and say, okay, this is it? I'm involved. I'm going to be I'm going to be putting foot in my own mouth here when this video finishes, because I'm going to be playing you another video and I'm going to be making some comment that I'm be railing against, but I will still make the comment. That's who we are. Let's go ahead. Watch this. Samson to LeBron Public Radio.
Finance Minister. The man in the middle is the guy from Tuba. This is the MOU. Signing on behalf of the Republic of Liberia. His Highness Mark II from Dubai. Investor, business tycoon. Also, His Excellency George Malahia, who is also here. Right by him is Andrews T. Forrest from Australia, from Forestry Company, billionaire, also about to sound this MOU. We have the Justice Minister. Justice. Yes. We better. Yes. Okay, let us go. Right.
MOU.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, please remain calm. The president will say a few words.
No, I'm honored to witness this summit. Our partnership. Wish you all the best. Safe trip back home. We hope to see you again.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. Certainly, I'd like to say on behalf of my friends from UAE, that as a premier global mining company, it is an honour to be here in Liberia, and we look forward to working very hard to grow the economy and grow the social services and grow the standard of living in your great country. It's a pleasure to serve you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you to Liberia, and we would like to thank His Excellency and Mr. Andrew for this partnership, and hopefully we will come to develop your minds, and that's all in the benefit of the country and the benefit of the people of Liberia. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Members of the press, please remain where you are. The president and his guests.
There you have it, folks. Okay. Did you get any signing ceremony? What exactly they were signing? What the MOU is for? Did you get any of that? Not until you go on to the Executive Mansion website. You will have no clue. But then again, you know, perhaps these are kinds of stuff that if you're going to criticize, that I'm asking for responsibilities. Because here is the issue with that. This is Dr. Weah government. And this is how Dr. Weah wants to run the government. Until he violates the Constitution, who am I to say how he set up? Eventually, the concession issue going to come up. It's not going to be done in vacuum. And eventually, people will talk about it and we'll hear it. So I'm not that concerned. But let me play something about the decorum when you're having these kinds of stuff. What are some of the things as a group you're supposed to do? I bet nobody watched that. Only Samson saw it. During the meeting, while Dr. Weah was standing up, there's somebody that was yelling across the room to Dr. Weah. Chief, and Dr. Weah turns to that person, and the person says something, and Dr. Weah shook his head and waved a finger. These are people that you're going to have if you were to do this in a setting that requires some that requires some sort of a responsibility setting. In other words, everything is set up. This person do this, you do that, you do that. If you meet these people and have all of these things planned, you won't have that. Let me play that video for you. Those of you that are here now, that's a treat. That'll be a very good treat for you, to be honest with you. Okay, watch this. Watch. I think. No, it's this. It's this one. Okay, watch this, fact. Watch this, folks. Watch Dr. Weah movement. As this guy sit down, watch Dr. Weah movement where he turns and listen keenly to the voice that coming out. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. Watch the guy's finger. Watch Dr. Weah hand. Left hand. See that? Watch it. What exactly was it? What were they doing? I don't know. I tell that appointment. Here's one last video that I'm going to be showing you. I'm going to be showing you this last video. And then I'll be opening up the line for people to give me a call. The video that I'm about to show you now is a video of the wonderful, wonderful compound that we have heard that we've never seen inside. Other people have called me to make comment about this, and I thought that I just put it out there. What was the reason of bringing these investors into that compound? According to other Liberians, they suspect that Dr. Weah brought those people in for them to see their compound so that if they decided to do some sort of investment in Liberia, that perhaps they will want to stay in that compound because it's much better than any other place. This is the comment that I was making earlier. Why give Liberians this type of opportunity to be talking like that? Take these people, if it's Saturday or Sunday, if you want to do it, go in your office. These people are coming into Liberia to do business. Have them do business. What was the rush that the business has to be done on a weekend? That it have to be done. I'm not too sure if that's the office of the president. I'm not too sure, so I'm not going to make comment of that. But what was the reason that we can't do it Monday morning? What was the reason that it couldn't be done on Friday? Or even if it's going to be done on a weekend, why can we not have it at the office of the president? This is not a private venture. This is the business that's coming to help every Liberian. Let me show you the compound itself. And then you see, when you inviting press into a private setting, you're telling people, because they're going to show things that perhaps you're not quite ready for people to see. Look at the compound, folks. The compound that everybody been talking, where you get the money from, all that kind of stuff. Look at the compound. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. Let's watch that. Let's watch this compound, folks. And I took all the sound out. I just want you to look at it visually. That's all. Let's look at it. It's a very interesting things that happen over there. Let's watch. That is the wonderful, wonderful compound that we have all heard about. Where the money coming from, what have you. And I just thought that I showed that because they show us. And I thought that was wonderful. Look at the building. Look at the layout. Look at the street. And it's all within the, I believe it's in the fence area. The whole compound is fenced. And these are some of the things that give us hard time, those of us that continue to promote the pro-poor agenda. I believe, I truly, truly believe that Dr. Weah has the money. He's not broke. But those are kinds of stuff you, especially Dr. Weah is not stranger to Liberia and the way Liberians behave. You're going to do these kinds of stuff, declare an asset.
We did this to the children.
We're going to tell people that having had asset declared, and even the assets being declared number, we still don't know how much. We're going to tell people. And these are the kinds of stuff that give us, some of us, hard time, that continue to promote this pro-poor agenda. Okay. Now there are other people that telling me, been calling me, since I decided to do this. Oh, watch the compound. Like the compound, you told the people there so the people can see how good it is. So that when they come to do the investment, they can stay in his compound. And will you want to fault people doing that? Why do we have this thing like this? And just to be truthful to myself and to my audience, I decided to play this so that people will see. I don't want to just cut things out. Okay? Again, this is Samson to LeBron Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again for watching. Now let's go now to the issue of making phone calls, folks. Samson to LeBron Public Radio. Let's see if I can connect you here very quickly. Give me a call on this Monday afternoon. It's almost time to get out of here anyway. Give me a call on this Monday afternoon and tell me what you think and what are some of the things. Okay. Give me a call. All right.
Yeah.
Let me put it up there. Up there. And it's not so much of Dr. Weir. I don't believe he had anything to hide. Because if there was something that he was hiding, he won't take people out there knowing fully what the press was being invited. I don't believe he's hiding anything. But the perception is what's, and the way the people perceive Dr. Weir, and the way Dr. Weir and his people carry on the process. Okay, as I stated earlier, they continue to behave. I don't care. I am the president, and what I do, people know I'm not a crook. Well, yes, people believe that, and people know you're not a crook. But when you're going to do these kinds of stuff, the fact that you have this huge compound, okay, in the mix of poverty, people know you're not broke. You play football for years. You got millions and millions and millions of dollars. You're not broke overnight. But these are kinds of stuff you can. LeBron, I'm taking your office. That's the amount of money I got before. I'm coming in. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. What's wrong with that? What's wrong? How do we defend that? It's just make it double headache for some of us. But we'll do our best. We'll do our best. Let me go on. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, good evening. Welcome on LeBron Public Radio. What's on your mind? Mind, Chief? Hold on.
I'm not sure you got.
Go ahead.
Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not sure whether you're going to be up with Soul here again this evening, but usually you liberal guys, you have your own way of doing things, and we on the conservative end, we have our own way of doing things. But yeah, go something to again, showcase they call them the Ibuma or whatever to group from Burkina Faso. You remember the coastal highway when you display and tell us who they are. Now this liberal progressive now is taking the public relations role or aspect in this thing here. Don't get me wrong, it's a good thing, these people that are coming. But I think let us just do the discovery, who they are, some of the places that they have worked, their results, what they have achieved, and wait and see. Samson Tona is being taken off to Tota because the time he wanted road to go to Tota, he was all over the place. Yeah, you are again tonight. And to the second, I am appalled, and it's absolutely wrong. That compound, I know that compound, I visited Dr. Weir's church in interest of talking to people at the time, but whatever reason, they have their own reason to refuse people. But like you rightfully said, look, there are a lot of apprehensions hanging over all of these properties, and I'm not suggesting something wrong is being done. But for God's sake, when you are having investors, when they are coming, if for any reason it is on the weekend, you can take them to a local office. I mean, local, or how you call it, it can be a local hotel or whatever, you can have your official. Of course, if that place to be used as a residential for guests, for people, definitely. How can you say LIBERIA would not talk? How can you say LIBERIA would not? It's almost like a showcase to exhibit. Yes, if you come, everything's going to be all right. In fact, to the extent your staff, or they can stay here. That's part of it. It's just not right. And this government and this administration, I'm not sure who are some of the advisors to this president, They continue to fire in their own legs and continue to give Liberian people a talking point. This one is their own creation. I think they should have gone to a local restaurant or local hotel. If for any reason it was not on a working day, but other than that, whether it was a memorandum of understanding, the memorandum of understanding paved the way to the understanding that we hope to get, and we want good things to happen. But we can't continually and consistently do things, it's a government. We are a sovereign nation, so there must come a time we must be mature in doing things, because this is how the investors or people that are coming to will value who we are. Because sometimes, for them, they are investors. They will want to do anything, all right? They will not frown on us. They want to leave there to have their own conversation. Wait a minute, all right? This is unusual, you know? So I just thought the president, but I don't think that was the right time to take these people to this private place. It's not government facility there, and we are talking about government business. Government business must be operated within the confines of government institution. All right, it could be in the overall office, like I said, to be at a local restaurant or hotel and stuff. If for any reason time or constraint that signing ceremony could not take place at in the overall office, but I think they're definitely going to give Liberian people the chance. Don't be surprised when you're going to see some pictures and news stories that are developing as a result of that visit. I think, in my own opinion, but my view, the government did not do a good work on that, and somebody or someone closer to the president, end of the year eaters, who have advised the president because they knew. And you just admitted that 2 days ago on my program, and just ago before I can come quickly, he came and said that the government did not take the Columbus passport. So where is this passport coming from now? The government continues to contradict itself. It makes it very difficult to interpret exactly things that are happening. Well, let me let you go, and I know people also want to call to make a contribution. But thank you so much. The program is wonderful.
Thank you, Mr. So. Appreciate it. That's the CEO of Liberian Public Radio, Mr. Francis So himself, giving up credit here this evening. But anyway, folks, give me a call. Thank you, Mr. So. That is your view. We appreciate it. Thank you. I also saying that I'm not going to say that what happened was not the right thing. The fact that Dr. Weir was able to even get these people to come to Monrovia is a wonderful, wonderful thing. All I'm saying is that Dr. Weir perhaps should have taken it to the office, because now this wonderful thing that he has done, knowing fully well who our people can't be satisfied with anything. You do good, they say you do bad. You do bad, they say you do good. Samson to Liberian Public Radio, what's your name and where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Oh, my name is James Momo. I'm calling from the state of New Jersey.
Thank you, Mr. Momo. What's on your mind, sir?
Well, basically, I want to comment on one or two things that you just mentioned.
Yeah, please.
When we talk about investment in our country, no good money, I repeat, no good money will go in the bad environment. And in the environment today seems going to be too conducive when it comes to investment, because the government is creating an environment, and there's always political tension, and it seems to be like the CPC government is not trying to be inclusive of other political parties. You cannot run the government in a country like that. Okay? You need to include professionals who know how to do the job. I mean, responsible people run government, not kids. Which is the case of the CDC government. Look at the running city corporation. Who can say what I got already discussed about city management? Can that man come to New York and sit there and discuss with the city mayor of New York? He doesn't even know what you're talking about. So these are the problems that Liberia is faced with. The another thing here is taking these folks to Weir's compound. All right? We are using this compound as a symbol for business. Okay? These guys came to invest. Why should we even take those guys into his compound? Is that a means of advertisement? These are the issues we're looking at. When you talk about a poverty-stricken country like Liberia, Georgia, you talk about Georgia having money, I want to correct that. I'm not disputing that. Georgia played soccer for the last probably 20 or more years. Okay? But Georgia went to Liberia. He became senator The last 10 to 15 years, George Weah had not been playing soccer. He was a senator in Liberia for like 4 years. If he was welfare, why couldn't he have come out to start electing what kind of billions he had now? And after electing him for less than a year, he goes on electing those kind of billions. How can you convince the Liberian people that it's not their money they're using? You're talking about billions getting missing, 25 million getting missing. There's no accountability. You're infusing money in the economy, you cannot give account of it. So these are the speculations. These are the bases that Joshua is laying. For people to believe that his God is corrupt. So these are things we need to be discussing. I always admire a platform because these are issues we all need to be discussing. Liberia for everyone. Liberia is not for the CDC. And for that country, for Liberia to go to where it should be for all of us, for you, Mr. Toole, for your children, for my kids, to go back to Liberia and be Liberians, we have to lay the foundation now. We have to say how it is. You cannot call a spade, you cannot call white green. George Weah is not leading our country to the right path. Look when you look at the signing ceremony.
Let me ask you this. You seem to be a very intelligent person, so I think I can engage you a little bit here. If what you're saying, and I'm just saying it because I'm not too sure if that's something that I would take to the bank, but you being a credible person, if what you're saying, if it is true that George Weah does not have the ability, what do you do? Do you recall Liberian vote and notify the election? Is that how you're going to approach it? What would you do? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, what do you do? How do you rectify this? The fact that you're saying that you don't think George Weah has the ability to lead, what do you do then? Do you replace him with a vice president, or do you have some sort of a constitutional issue that will somehow impeach him? Is that what you're suggesting?
No, the point here is that most of the time when people are elected, they're ready to you have qualified, competent people to do their job. Most of the time, presidency is just ceremonious. Okay, it's just and that's where George Weah is lacking.
And this is what one of the and like I said, I appreciate you and I having this exchange because I think I can engage you positively without feeling somehow inferior, because I think you're somebody who will understand me better. I think because with my limited ability to even comprehend, you will be able to understand what I'm saying with my little total English. But let's push you a little bit, sir. If the president was elected, and he has been elected, duly elected, and the fact that he does not, you're saying now that he does not have the ability to bring in folks that will be able to carry out his policy effectively, what do you do?
Well, it's not about what do I do. The results are there. The byproducts are there. The people are catching hard time. Extreme hard time. That's a result of poor governance. What Weah needs to do, he was elected by popular vote. We elected him because of popularity. What Weah needs to do is to understand that a government cannot be run with exclusion. He needs to understand that. It was not just sedition that he's leading. He needs to include people in his government that will be able to serve professionally, so that this mess that's going on in our country can be rectified.
Agree. Agree. But what are the processes that you in which Dr. Weah needs to go through to bring the people that you're talking about? And the reason I keep pushing you on this, and you haven't given me the point that I'm looking for, is the fact that we ourselves, Liberians ourselves, have and we have done an effective job on this by pushing him away against our will. Not against our will, but against our own way of thinking. Those of us that believe that Dr. Weah could do better. Dr. Weah, first of all, we have to agree that he was elected. And if you are elected as my president, if I'm going to be approaching you without any kinds of precondition, I must do so with respect. But if I don't respect you, and the fact that you are elected, hey, you said something, forget it, I don't want to talk to you. He has the right to do that. The only time I can challenge Dr. Weah is through the ballot box. So we must understand the fact that Dr. Weah is out there and not being able to bring why Tua is still there. Tua is not the only Liberian with knowledge in how to manage the economy of the country. We have better people, in my opinion, that can do a better job. But the point is, he has more trust in Tua than he has in any other person. So we ourselves, the fact that we, yeah, I understand, but we have to make him comfortable to deal with us. That's the point that I'm making. You can't have somebody to come and deal with you when you're insulting him. He's not going to listen to you.
So here's the problem. Here's the problem. To be honest with you, when you look at the nucleus of the CDC, of the George Weah government, it tells you that it lacks professionalism.
Okay.
It lacks skills people. You're in India.
Right.
All right. The other day I was on Facebook. I saw the bridge at the Sun. In less than 6 months, the bridge is down. It's broken.
I know.
And it shows you how incompetent these people are, and they are claiming to be, trained and qualified people. You think, as qualified as you are, if Joshua tap into you and say, "Look, come help me with road construction," you think you're going to kill it? You're a professional. If we are in the United States, there are economies, there are trained security people, there are trained Liberians out here. They are willing to work.
But this will be the last word, and because other people keep calling, this will be the last word on that. But this is what I would say, and people like you, as intelligent as you sound, and I have no doubt that every one of us have Liberia at heart. So right now, even with all the millions of dollars that you're making, if somebody was to ask you right now, come and contribute whatever you have learned, I'm sure you won't mind doing it. However, the point now is this, and that's what I keep asking: what do we do? The intellectuals among you guys and the young people like you, why aren't you guys putting together a group that will seriously have a meeting of a mind to say this is CDC-led government, but this country doesn't belong to CDC? And I'm sure the international community will listen to you once you're willing to sacrifice, once you're willing to help the government without any precondition. I'm sure they will listen to you. But we can't sit here. We can't sit here every night and so forth insulting those who our brothers and sisters have elected because they failed to do X, Y, and Z that we want us to do. And you want the people to listen to you? They'll say, no, you don't want me out? Wait for your turn and vote me out. And that's exactly what CDC. Look what Representative Gray was telling us tonight. That's not something that you will want an intellectual country, people who has intellectual amount that will listen to you and believe those kinds of stuff. But because they say you don't like what we're doing, vote us out. And you can't do that until after their turn is over. So thank you very much. Let me take this call, my brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay, no problem.
Samson Tola, Brown Public Radio. What's your name and where you're calling from? Give me your view here.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Momo Taki. I'm calling from Victoria.
Thank you. What's on your mind?
I listened to your speaker call and your back and forth. The reason Liberia is one country where we claim that we lost Liberia, but on a face value, we only talk. There's no something we can show.
From what perspective are you making that analogy, sir?
No, thank you. We have, if you look at West Africa, I think, if my memory can serve me right, Liberia have one of the highest numbers in the diaspora, meaning the U.S. from West Africa there. But majority of the issues about him is caused from we that live in the U.S. I listened to your process.
Before you jump, give me an example, please.
Yeah, when I say it's caused from we from the U.S., I listen to the person said the economic judge we have about the economic situation. What I mean by cause from we from the U.S., when Malanseli took over, let me get to the place right. Malanseli took over, the first batch of people she took in government, half of them were from the U.S. When they went to our people say we came to sacrifice. Now you know to the airport money. The first money I was given for the renovate the airport, The airport director took that money and came back to America. Up to now, just was an American citizen. That money that went to that. If you are saying there's a bad economic situation, me and you know, the our country economy cannot just scramble in a 1 year time. It can tell me it started long ago. There were no. That's why I brought the problem today. You know, think we don't Liberia is a gas-based economy we have. You know, saying where in Liberia almost everything we import. So in the past government, the past government bought almost the Liberia budget. There's no people that live in the diaspora can tell me the 12-year Malaseri spent on the Liberian taxpayer money will add donor money. The main projects that they did in the 12-year from taxpayer money will add not donor money. Because the whole living fund for rail like to Gangstown, it was built by a donor fund. The airport, it was built by a donor fund. The terminal, the new ministerial complex, it was built by a donor fund. Even the hardware we got, it was built by a donor fund. So in a sense, if you run a country for 12 years, quote unquote, they said they were having all the 30 people. And you know your economy is based on two cross rubber and iron ore. And you know within yourself that we have recycled around the world now. The price of iron ore, you know, I know the price of iron ore is down. My mom has a farm now. The ton of rubber Liberia is 400. It's 400 per ton. Now, if a new government and you have United Nations working like Europe was carrying the estimate of 14 million every year, every month to pay their workers, all those people left. United Nations and the country iron ore come down. Then you can and Princess $15.some million like right out. Then a government come from. What is the magic one you want to play for the economic situation to be fine?
Okay, my brother, I got your point. I get your point. And like I said, we all are frustrated in one way or the other. Some are for, some are against. But we should understand that we all have a stake in this here.
So the problem I got with you, Liberian, you got some Liberian believe Georgia is not accept enough to become president. We agree, maybe the idea you got is not your idea. But as long as he is a person of this problem like you are, and you have to
okay.
The best thing to do is to come around to bring an idea. But the only thing now we can see in Liberia now these days, and like from the account on Facebook, some people go watch stuff say don't help the government. You see, you are doing it to Georgia. Like I tell people, you can hit Georgia from now to Judgment Day. As long as they say they're not over, Georgia will stay right first.
We understand.
They will stay move with security.
Right.
So end of the day, I think the best way by criticizing everything they may do, come around, stop the insult. If you really like Liberia and Ukraine, they may not doing a record thing. The best way to solve a problem is to dialogue, not by coming insulting like what we see now in the community. It cannot help the problem. We only make the situation work.
Right.
Because if you continue to show bad image, it's like you got your house every time your wife forcing, your children causing, no one will come to your house to help.
Okay.
You the men will feed it. That's what happening like yours.
All right.
The common people feeding it, people in government.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate it. Okay, folks. Samson told Brown Public Radio. All right, thank you, my brother. Appreciate it. Samson told Brown Public Radio. What's your name, folks? If you call and I'm not picking up, that means somebody is on the line. And those of you that are going to be calling, there are a lot of people that want to talk. So let's make it brief. I know we all need to express ourselves, and that's why we try to have these kinds of shows nightly. So make it brief. Samson told Brown Public Radio. What's your name and where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Yeah, how you doing, Mr. So?
Thank you. Welcome.
This is Rango, calling from Iowa.
All right, sir. Rango, thank you very much. What's on your mind?
Yes, sir. I can feel her sometimes when I hear some Liberian speaking. What we are doing some comparison. Sorry, doing some comparison, negativity about Liberia. So then when it come back, they will say Georgia is not competent to be president. Georgia is a devil, is a big problem of Liberia. Georgia this and that. They will say all kinds of things. But they will never come up with solution. So, really, Joe, we have the problem of Liberia, we agree. What you can do now to take a problem from Liberia? When you get on air, you will see all kinds of. When you come to the other side, you can call it crossing Joe Yama. When you come to the other side, they Joe Koji, and copy to the PC mayor. The receive the other routine. When you're not there, it might not be nobody else. When not the people there, it shouldn't be nobody else.
Okay. All right, my brother. I just want to, but thank you for your view. We respect that, and we appreciate it. And this is what this forum is all about, where we come in to have an intellectual exchange. However, I just want to push back on it, and I'm going to be doing that from time to time. I want to push back on this a little bit. I don't believe the folks that are suggesting that these people are not competent or what have you, that if they now have it, nobody else should have it. I don't believe that's what they're saying. It might sound like that to you, but I think if we come to these kinds of forum, we must have an open mind where we should accept each other criticism, not necessarily accepting it to be the face value, but we must allow people to criticize, and through that we can dialogue and try to find a solution. Now, CDC alone can't find a solution on Liberia. No way. We're all going to have to recognize what I'm preaching, and I will continue to preach, is that after recognizing that CDC alone will not be able to solve the issue in Liberia, first we must recognize and we must accept that CDC is at the helm of the ship. George Weah, Dr. Weah to be specific, is the captain of the ship. And if we're going to have to help to make sure that the navigation process goes smoothly, we must accept that process first of all. Then we can ask questions. Captain, how can we help? But we can't say, you know how to captain the ship here, you're just hitting the Xbox every night, all night. How can I help you? And I say, okay, watch me. If you don't think I know, step up. And this is what I keep saying, my brother. But thank you very much. I think your point is in place. Thank you. Let me take this out.
Your close up. In your close up. Yeah, in your close up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So, with the Liberian, we had a main problem. I don't want to say that there's no competent person in America. People here, the same people today, there's some people from heading government, they're still working in the government, they still doing the same old thing. They never did what they did before, and we go forward, so let's change the idea. They do the same old thing. When they met them from there, we go show and they say, hey, man, I see this year, I want to call it thing from there. But they will never come and say, oh, the mayor in corrupt and do that. I want the president taking from there. They will never come and say that. They were in power for 20 years. And they lose the ground. So until the ground, they're making effort. We get a problem. That's the problem.
Okay.
So I'm a Liberian.
Okay.
I don't know what CDC.
Yeah.
We get a problem.
Okay. All right, my brother.
But there's being a corner, and be castigating, to be all kinds of things.
Okay.
I will get Mr. So.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your view. We appreciate it. Samson to Labron Public Radio, what's your name and where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Tonya Yare.
Oh, thank you very much, Yale, for joining us. What's on your mind?
Well, I've been listening to the this afternoon, and I've been listening to people, and then even some of the big, like the videos stuff, and some of the conversations, and I was thinking about addressing about the Yake situation, the compact and the government, how to fix the government, all of those things. The government, I believe that my problem here is sometimes when you have a government like the WEA government or the WEA-led government, the CDC government, which most of the people over there are people that he considers cliques or people that he considers friends or people that he trusts. And sometimes the people that you trust or the people that you call your cliques or your friends can also be your worst enemy. And if you do not have rules and regulations or policy for these people to follow as to how you want things to be done, and when people crosses that line and what discipline they are supposed to have, if you don't have those And if you even have it but you don't implement it because they're your buddy or your clique or whatever the situation is, any government, even with a good intentions, can end up looked upon or looked at as a weak government or an irresponsible government and stuff like that. And I believe that some of our problem is these are people he knows. These are people that are his friends or whatever. And I think disciplining them when they go wrong or when they say the wrong thing or when they step out of line is very hard for him to do unless international community intervene, which you cannot be weak where other countries have to come and tell you what your cabinet member did or what your how you call it, the people that are working with you have done, your cabinet members and stuff, then before you take a step. It makes you a weak leader. It makes people to look at you as incompetent, not able to do the job, and all sorts of stuff. You don't want to be looked upon as a weak government or somebody who is not capable of leading. So your representative, the people that work for you, do not have no discipline. They speak when whatever comes to their mind based on anger, not based on facts, not based on rules or laws or regulation, but just because they are pissed off at you, they say whatever they want to say, and not knowing they're making the government look bad. Even some of them go as far as breaking the law and no punishment, no consequences. But yet, even I overheard saying about respecting the president. Respect is a two-way street. Yes, he is the president of Liberia. He's not my chosen president, but he is the president of Liberia, and he is everybody's leader. As long as you're Liberian, he's the president of Liberia. But the president himself has to conduct himself in a way that will command respect, not demand respect. There is a difference between commanding respect and demanding respect. When you cannot be threatening people, you cannot be vocal when somebody says something that you may not be happy with or whatever. Every leader in the world, whether it's United States, Middle East, even in North Korea, people will say something about you. Even North Korea, a country that is, whatever, people will say something about you. But I believe a true leader will always listen to the negative and try to take advice and see whether what they are saying is true or not true, and what can they do to make themselves a better leader.
Okay.
Like what happened with the Yeke stuff. That was completely unnecessary. It made him look weak. It made him look incompetent. And somebody else have to tell you you're doing wrong. That's terrible.
Okay.
All
right, okay. Thank you very much. We appreciate your view. Please don't hesitate to join us anytime we have these kind of forum, because we like to have diverse view, so we know exactly which way we want to go as a people. But I always say that we should do so with respect, and I want to appreciate you coming out here and continuing the language that you know very well, and I really appreciate the choice of words here tonight. So for all of you guys, it's wonderful. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay. Folks, again, Samson told LeBron Public Radio. Once again, you come on the LeBron Public Radio forum. The choice of words have to be very, very particular, because we set the tone where we're not here to insult. Those of you that continue to write on the LeBron Public Radio page with words that are not quite comfortable for some of us, but it's your choice. I can't control that. I can't tell you what to write. I'm not going to block anybody. But they just to show you that we're here intellectually having discussion about our country, and then you will come up on this platform to insult and use words, or perhaps they might not sound insulting to you, or they might not be insulting words, but to describe other human beings in such using adjectives that are not quite the type of adjective you will use to praise somebody. That for me, I'm not comfortable with it. But it's your choice. It's your choice. And in order for you to be in that position, I always say this, in order for you to put yourself in that position, you have to step your game, go to a different level. And then immediately when Samson Toll show is over, you have to bring yourself down, because you don't go around talking like that to people in your own household or even out in public. You don't talk like that. But in order for you to come and describe Liberian, your friend, your fellow Liberian as such, you have to put yourself in a position, in a level, on a level that is not quite yourself, because you are now being controlled by emotions. And so as a result, when you're done, you have to lower down the emotion level, and so you become like a rubber boy, yobo. And I love that. But anyway, folks, this is Samson Toll. Thank all of you again. It's been a wonderful show, folks. This is what we do here. We're not here to degrade a specific person or people. We just want to bring it out as it is, and I'm being very truthful here this afternoon. And in the fact that I continue to promote the pro-poor agenda, but if something is happening within that people who agenda that we're promoting, if they do something or say something that is not conducive to the conversation, I would say so. And I hope that I've done that here this evening without me being accused of one way or the other, what I fought against. I think we should try to strive for the best. And those of us working on the mic is that one side speak good, on the other side. Okay, Samson talk. Look at this. What is this? Folks, Samson told with his mic doing some numbers on me. I love it when his mic doing this. But anyway, I want to thank all of you again, folks. I've been out here for quite a while now. I need to get out of here. We want to thank you guys very much for being on LIBERIA Public Radio. This is a platform where we come to have a conversation. We don't expect you to agree with us. All we ask, and I think my brothers and sisters continue to do that, is to provide the listening ears. And we ask you to please be polite as we give you this information. Not necessarily we expect you to accept them, but give us the opportunity to express ourselves. And as long as we do that, we'll be able to understand each other. And once again, let me just say this. This is the platform that when you come, we expect better from out of you. We expect words, choice words here are very important to us because we do not and will not allow people to come out here, even if we don't like who we're talking about. The description of that person should be the kinds of description. If you were put in that position that you would want people to describe you as such. I'll give you an example. Going back to Mr. Kamara, Abu Kamara, I'm not going to sit in there and call names. But if I was involved in such a practice, I would expect people to describe me as not being credible, to describe me as not being transparent, because that's exactly what this is. And so we will try to temper ourselves in a way that we will be presentable to you, our brothers and sisters. And what can we come and make a fool out of ourselves in front of my brothers and sisters? The one I come before my brothers and sisters, I got shameful. I'm from Total. No, but you can't eat crab with Shane Total. If you come from Total, you eat crab with Shane, you do something for yourself. You rather eat crab, say click. You can't eat crab with Shane. Samson Toll. I want to thank all of you again this evening to be here with a wonderful show. Thank you very much. Let's do this for you, folks. Again, thank you. Yes. Ah, yes. Samson Toll, LIBERIA Public Radio. Thank you, folks. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. We're here all week. Please tune in tomorrow for Mr. Soul Show, where he will be able to bring you information. Usually, Mr. Soul, when he comes on, he gives you live reporter from Liberia, and that makes his show very interesting as well. Please rest assured that when we come out here the next time, we'll give you more information about these investors, two of them, of course, that are trying to do good in Liberia. We're not here to praise, we're going to dig deeper. However, when we're doing this, we want to showcase these people as well, so that if they come to Liberia, Liberia will be aware of who they are and what they do. We're not promoting them. They do well for by themselves. This is, guys, it's a billionaire. He needs something to 2 cents, 5 cents from total Samson to. Once again, folks, I want to thank all of you again this evening for being here on LeBron. I can't talk. I talk too much. No water. I got to sue Mr. Soul. And you know who's going to be my lawyer? Johnny Cochran. Oh. Samson too, folks. I'm having fun already. I want to thank all of you again this evening being on this platform. It's a wonderful, wonderful platform to have where we come in here, we laugh, we make fun of each other, and we do not insult because we're brothers and sisters. The idea here is that we take this thing very serious. There are Liberians who cannot sleep at night because of what happened in Baiko. They're so frustrated. They're so angry. You can bring any words to describe their feeling. They're emotionally invested. Physically, they're tired. Financially, they've invested in that country. Because why? That is the country they know. We can't take that away. So when we come together to discuss issue pertaining to Liberia, let us be mindful that people will come with emotions. You can't discard that. And as a result, when you're coming in here, please understand that your brothers and sisters are coming with emotion. Be prepared to address them intellectually. That's what we do here on LeBron Public Radio. Samson Tour, I'll say good night to all of you. It's been a wonderful, wonderful show. Let's do it again. You see what I mean? Yeah, LeBron. You see what I say? I say good night, the man calling me, or the people calling me. Good night, good evening, Samson to LeBron Public. What's your name or where you're calling from? What's on your mind? You're killing me.
Sorry, boss. I just I didn't know you already shut it down.
No, go ahead, my brother. You call in, we're gonna take you. Go ahead, make a point.
I appreciate it. I want to do something there real quick. You saw most of the stuff already that we heard them talking about. I like how you feel. You do the integrity. We're in the know you. I don't agree with everything, though. But majority of what you did, we agree with that. And I just how ethical you are. I've been watching your show. But what I want to just ask you, a little insight on what you think is that the pay harmonization that was headlining back home, it was a proposal from, I think, for the IMF. So my question is it going to be a budget separate for the reduction of the lawmakers, and then another budget, not budget, I mean, but another article thing looking to put together to pass?
Well, my understanding, the wage bill that is being discussed, it has not even been brought up. It has not even been brought up to the House of Representatives. Last time I checked, they wanted the government to pay them the area before they can even discuss that. But however, the issue is the government is, from my understanding, I could be wrong, but from my understanding, the government is negotiating with them to see if they can get reduction, and they're trying to reduce from 15,000 to 6,000, and that I think is going to be a heck of a lot of negotiation. But other than that, no, they have the reason of the purse. They control the purse of Liberia, to be honest with you, because the lawmakers decided how the government should spend their money. And so if they want to give themselves pay increase, which they have done several occasions, they can do so. And the only time that can be challenged is through election, I believe. And so you have other people that want to go out there, not so much for the money. But I think at this time, CDC-led government is fighting hard to see if the legislature can find reason to reduce the salary. And the interesting thing is CDC in the House of Representatives, they're in majority. So then they're going to push their majority status now if they really want to do something for this president by passing the bill, the wage bill that will reduce the salary of the legislature. So if they make that, and the people from the Senate, and they have a reconciliation process where they will reconcile the both bills from the House of Representatives and from the Senate, and when they come together and agree, and Dr. We are signing into law, they're going back to $6,000, no question asked. So that's.
My question is that is it with a single bill? There is another bill within the team recommendation that talk about the pay harmonization between the military and the military. Is it going to be two separate bills for the decrease of the lawmakers and the increase of civil servants?
Well, the decrease of civil servant and lawmaker, they all in a scene, they all on everyone harmonization.
Or just one bill?
Yeah, they all considered. Yeah, they all considered to be a wage bill reduction. All of them.
So are you telling me that it's going to be just one bill with a full reduction of salary and another increase of salary? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm not too sure when you talk about increase of salary. I'm not too sure if anybody in the government expect to have increase of salary. What most likely might happen is those people that were making less than the counterpart before, they will be brought up.
Yes, because I think one back to 6 of how people have the increase.
But that would still be considered wage reduction, wage bill reduction. Anyway, for example, if somebody making $2, the secretary doing the same thing, and the other person making $6, secretary doing the same thing, and they say, okay, your $6, we're cutting it down to $4, and this person who making $2 will bring you up to $4. So that's what I believe. That's what they call it, wage harmonization, I think.
But that wasn't what Falcon said. Falcon said it was your pay raise for 30 seconds.
My brother, I have not had water to drink for almost 3 hours. Can I go home and drink something?
Yeah, we'll let you go home, because when I heard him say that this real when I heard Falcon say that, I started wondering, the government giving people with foreign salary.
Yes.
If you pay the guys 100,000 times, does it make sense to increase their pay?
I'm not too sure where that coming from, but we're going to look into it. And again, we're here doing our best. We're just like any other librarian. Sometimes we put our mouth or idea into these kinds of stuff by doing a little bit of research from time to time. But those of you that are out there that have these kinds of information, please put it out here so our brother can read. And if whatever answer that I gave here is not correct, please stay so that our brother will have some good answers here as he leave. Other than that, my man, I want to thank you. I want to thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thanks for the show, but I don't know when you talk, we are doctor, but thanks for the show.
Wait a minute. No, you can't leave like that. You can't lie. Now, forget about drinking water. Forget about being hungry. Why can I not call him Dr. Weir? Be honest with me. Because you're not the only person there. In fact, in my own Sacramento community, when I go out here, oh, here comes Dr. Weir. People seem to be wondering, but why can I not call him Dr. Weir?
You call him Dr. Weir, look at how ethics have this to be. I think it's moderate for me to call him Dr. Weir.
Wait a minute. Was he not? Was the doctorate degree not conferred on him? No, hold on. Let's take one. Let's take one at a time. And during the process, did they specifically state that he can only be called Dr. Weir at a specific occasion, or he shouldn't be called Dr. Weir? Or was there any kinds of specification that comes with the confirmation process?
There was no stipulation to that, but the thing is, I think doctor should be deserving. It should be married.
My brother, that's you see when y'all do that, then that's when Bloku come out and say no, I don't agree with that, because here's the issue. The people when they give him the degree, and whenever they confirm on you a doctor, there are people around here that are not real doctor, but they have doctor confirm on there, and they go around calling themselves a doctor. So why is it? Why is it? Because you feel that this is a guy that plays soccer before, therefore he's not capable of being a doctor, PhD. We can't do that.
Not calling him doctor doesn't really make the fact that he's not capable. That's what I'm saying.
But why can't we? Why? But other people, listen to this. Other people calling George Manon Weah, right? Do you frown on that? No. Other people call him Bekube, whatever they call him. Do you frown on that? No. Other people call him worse name than that. Do you frown on that? No. Samson to.
Some of those names we call names of people that resemble those things.
Well, you can. You see when that's a perception, my brother. That particular definition as you're coming out, that coming from you. Okay, if you want to say you call somebody name that will fit him, and I say good, I clap for you. So I call him Dr. Weah because I think doctor fit him. Then who are you not to say I can't say doctor because you don't think it fit him? Why if I think it fit him?
What I'm saying is that I don't know. I'm trying to honestly understand whether you calling him doctor in a good fit or you just feel sarcastic about money.
If you've been watching my show, when I call him doctor, there's no laughing coming out of my side because I take it serious. Unless he can come out and say, Mr. Toll, from now on, don't call me doctor anymore, then I won't. Other than that, I'm not making fun of him. There's no way. He's my president. You have to understand that. He's my president. He was elected, duly elected by the Liberian people. And those who confirm the doctorate degree on him, see it fit. Did they confirm doctorate degree on him when he was not elected? So I think it's the respect to the Liberian people. Those who confirm the doctorate degree, it's the respect they have for the Liberian people, for which they're giving their president a doctorate degree, confirmed doctorate degree. Why can't we accept that and move on?
We don't have problems that we are being called doctor. I just, in my own honest opinion, I just don't think that we are worthy for the doctor. I'm being honest.
You see, when you do that, when you forget me leaving now, folks. This is Samson. We're on a different route. If you want to leave us, we say thank you for staying with us. We appreciate it. If you want to leave now, you can. But my brother, let me push you a little bit. Why do you think that it doesn't worth him to be a doctor? Why is that? To be honest, because you're not the only person. Let me get your view on why you think he doesn't deserve to be called doctor.
I think doctor should be people with the money. Doctor should be people with.
Then you see, this is
people they should have certain capabilities that won't be called a doctor.
Okay.
People calling doctor because they're in our position. Okay. What does the name doctor come? They come to responsibility. They come with wisdom.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to be impersonate.
Okay, but then let me push you a little bit. Then, do you fault yourself for being a Liberian?
Did I fault myself?
Do you fault yourself for being a Liberian?
No way. It was not my decision to make.
I rest my case. Since it wasn't your decision to be made Liberian, it wasn't Dr. Weah's decision to be conferred upon to be a doctor. So unless you're going to say when it was time for you to be a Liberian that you have the ability to reject, and you can't do these kinds of
things. That's no different.
My brother, I'm being ridiculous, of course, because you guys are being ridiculous when it comes to this subject matter. Because the point here is this: what I'm trying for you guys to understand is this. Even though he did not sit in a classroom and earn his doctorate degree, as we always want people to do, but they have a system. And not just any other person. They have a system in most of the university. In fact, in some of these high-top university, they confirm from time to time, confirm on people that they deem necessary, that they feel this person deserves to be called doctor. And so if they did that to our own brother, because the man used to play soccer, so the people want to do, when you think like that, then you're killing our spirit.
That's not what the problem is. That the music in the concept of what some people think. Some people just think like instead of do that married being called a doctor. Like for example, if you Mr. Ford, if you can do my president tomorrow, if you call a doctor, I ain't gonna argue that. So you articulate well, you supposed to be confident.
Oh my brother, you're killing now you're gonna yeah, but listen articulate. You're killing me. You're killing the spirit. You're killing the spirit. What is the level? What is your definition of education? Let me ask you this.
Education is a component for somebody who got wisdom, for someone who got for somebody who articulate well.
And what is how do you come what conclusion or what basis you coming up with definition of wisdom? From what perspective?
Definition of wisdom should be like you have been put in the office of a leader. Know the responsibility that comes to being a leader.
Oh my goodness! We're gonna
know how to lead by example.
My brother.
You don't have to go to school to earn the degree to articulate well. Now, education is a bonus.
But do you know somebody from Town that can't even speak the English language but can speak Crown well? Do you know that person is educated just as highly as a PhD?
If you say that, it basically means that everybody is educated in their own field.
Okay.
Because I would say that the beginning is educated. I would say that someone who says
okay. So I'm glad we're hanging on something here. So if it is true that everybody deserve that type of opinion to be able to express it freely, if Dr. Weah was elected by the people, don't you think that these people that were electing Dr. Weah, that they have seen the character of Dr. Weah, they have examined the character of Dr. Weah, for which they felt within themselves that Dr. Weah deserved to be president of the Republic of Liberia? And by that extension, those who confirmed the PhD, the doctorate degree on it, respected the rules of the Liberians, for which they decide, okay, if these people can elect this person, that person must have, and the person do have the capability of being confirmed a doctorate degree on him. Why are we fighting with this thing?
That's very brilliant, but let me tell you why I think we was elected in office. We was elected in office and used to be as the elected president as a means of frustration. Because those that would have been elected past 20 years have not been proving what they should have done to the expectation of the people. We are elected people who think go to school, who think they have the people. They are not proving to us what we expect them to do. So we was not elected because of his ability to lead. We was elected because of frustration. We think he will do better.
You continue to kill the spirit here tonight, my brother. He was not elected because I thought you were going to go with the route of being popular. I told you guys before the election, go up and count down. Dr. Weah was going to be elected. Dr. Weah, since 2005, has always won the election. They always cheat. He's always been cheated. There's no question.
I told we are over Elena. I told we are over what the other thing the recent election of Packard. Because I think we was less of a detriment to the president. But then because I think he can be a good leader. Because those that we have anticipated to do well have to be on the contrary.
Okay.
I wouldn't say Packard over Weah. I think we was the least detriment about what we did.
Okay, I think I need.
What Packard has proven. So I won't believe that more Liberia are talking in the situation. Why would they why would they edit justice? Big guys may get them, they use their resources. So that's because we had guys that do better in election that without him going to go to school. So now he's proving all the contrary push to be elected.
Okay.
Even though there are still some good signs, but I think the direction we're going is not the direction we're going.
Okay.
And then I think he's being called or actor. There's nothing that he's wisdom money enough to be for the doctor.
All right. Okay. Can we agree on something though? Can we agree before we split here? Out of okay. Can we agree that I, Samson Toll, as a human being and citizen of the Republic of Liberia, who do reside, duly reside in the United States of America, where freedom reign from the mountainside all over California, that I do have the right, the constitutional right to speak my mind, including calling somebody a doctor, as long as that particular speech does not violate anybody's constitutional right. Do we agree on that?
Yeah, I agree on that. Ever since I really agree on that, and I will agree on that always. I do agree.
Okay, all right. Okay, so then, okay, but you can disagree with me, though. I agree. I also agree with you that you don't have to accept my view, my thinking. You don't have to accept it. And this is what I like about Liberian Public Radio, because we come out here, you can even challenge me, and I respect that. I respect that, because if you come out here and challenge me, the first thing is this: for you to come out here to challenge me, you have shown to yourself, first thing, that you do have a lot of courage in yourself. Not only the courage, but that you have a fortified position that you can stand in public and argue. That I like. That I like. As a progressive, liberal progressive, I like that. A conservative like my CEO that was on here earlier, they would not accept that, because conservative view they don't accept other people to express themselves freely. But we liberals accept people to express themselves freely. So I want to thank you very much, my brother.
And I do really appreciate that. And before I go, I really appreciate you. I love the rock story. But I'm just saying that I will not be calling. I'm still integrity minded. I'll bet how to be where I'm at. I'm still working to go to all of people places.
Okay,
I will not call people names that I think that's not deserving to them, because I look at character, I look at stability, I look at when you speak, what comes out, I look at what can I learn. So you should be an example if I call you the doctor.
Okay, I agree. I think
from my background, security wise, all those in charge of me are who I can control, who I can look up to. So if that number for me, I should be an example.
Okay.
For you, doctor, that means like I expect a lot more out of you, not something you know what, and I do anticipate.
Okay, as long we agree to disagree, that's a plus. That's a plus. And this is how, on a very serious note, if we approach every situation that affecting our brothers and sisters in Liberia like this, where we can come on a table, first of all, come with an open mind, and then agree to disagree on different issues. Eventually, if you and I were to spend more than 3-4 hours on this subject matter, eventually we'll have some sort of an agreement that might overwhelm the disagreement aspect of our conversation, and then we'll find a solution. But that's what Liberian Public Radio for. Thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate it.
And I think what you're doing, what you come out here to do, and you still support the political agenda. If some of the political we are doing what you're doing, that's going to put us in a place. So you should find a lot more people like you. So John, we are sort of people that I really appreciate the ethics you come out here with. Thanks for the show. Take care, brother.
Thank you. Samson to Liberian Public Radio. Okay, the person is gone. All right, folks. All right. Okay, the person that was calling me, please give me a call here so I can take your call. I don't want to just leave it out there. Samson, I will just stay here maybe 2 or 3 more minutes, because, folks, I'm way over time here. Way stretched. I bet. Okay, let me take this call. Samson to Liberian Public Radio. What's your name and where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Good afternoon, big brother. I'm Alex Campbell.
Thank you, my brother. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I got some important issue on my mind regard to Liberian politics.
Okay, make it brief.
Yeah.
I've been out here for quite a while now, please.
Yeah, I see that Mr. Yuri have a political party in Liberia, which his daughter contesting today. Yeah. What I want to know here, was that because they're talking about system, right? Do they have a primary that elect her, or that Yuri gains as a winner today to be the candidate of that party?
I'm not too sure the modality is involved in how she was selected, but it was my understanding. It was the 3 political parties, or all of the coalition that joined together to form the opposition, accepted her candidacy, and that's where we are right now. I'm not too sure about the process itself. I can't speak to that.
All right. All right. That is what the girl been bothering me, you know, how she emerged, because I know some permanent citizens who've been living in that district who are also part of this, and today who just see, because he own a party, he the standard bearer of the party, and his daughter coming, and you know, I really wanted to know. So sometimes we have time. Can we discuss this in the coming days?
I think I will try to go look into that a little bit more, and because I do have some friends who are connected, and I will find out more information. So the next time when I come on there, just all I ask is that you try to call early in the day so that we can have this to be part of the conversation. Is that okay with you?
Thank you, Roberto.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. All right, okay, folks. This is it. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. First thing that I might fall off of this chair. Right? When I get off of this show, I will call my daughter to come with my son, both holding one hand here, one hand, because I can't walk. Yeah, folks, you guys really took this radio business out of my system. I love it when I do that. Thank you very much for Samson told LeBron Public Radio. Let me say this. Yes, we well. Thank you. Thank you, folks. We appreciate it. Those of you that have been watching the game, tune in tomorrow for Mr. Social, and then definitely Wednesday we'll be right back here. We'll come up with some information, but the investor issue is going to be dominating my program for quite a while. I don't want to end up like the eggs that got threw in my face when I started going with a guy from Burkina Faso and nothing turned out. I hope this one that we will have some headway and be able to achieve something out of this. And we'll continue to promote the Pro agenda because it's a wonderful, wonderful program that these people put together. If we follow it, we'll be doing good. Samson told LeBron Public. Good night, folks. Again, folks, my music is all messed up right now, so just bear with me. I'm not going to leave you hanging like that. I will continue to talk until I get hold of this music because I want to leave you with something here before I leave this afternoon. I think I pretty much just, I don't know. But anyway, stay with me. Samson too. Okay, you hear two music going right there, so I'm trying my best. Just hold on 1 minute. Samson to LeBron Public. Okay. Okay, just bear with me. Samson too. LeBron Public. We've been together and going to almost 3 hours, folks. I mean, just stay a little bit longer. Okay. We're still getting two music coming up. I don't know what happened to my finger. I wasn't looking. I was tired. My finger was sleeping. So what an excuse, huh? I sound like Representative Gray now. Okay. We got it.
Makuria, Wapaya Sava. Onana ayama lokolo mwane sikolo mwa yepoza ne kripuya moreu. Lokolo taliye bolu suku. Suku ogere yo amaya lokolo kete swalo lidoro. Angane mbeyo taliye bolu suku ona veri. Bolusu kuona veriyo Angane mbeyo kaje bolusu